Back here at Stellar Field, enters Sandman Blares for Jacob Turner over the speakers. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Bowling Green seeking their 10th consecutive win for just the 9th time in program history. They face the Dayton Flyers here today. We'll go through the positioning in defensively for Bowling Green one more time. Cooper McKenzie behind the plate, Jacob Turner on the mound. That is the battery for today for the Falcons. Gavigan on over at first, Sam Seidel at second, Alex Laird at short, Garrett Sloan at third, and outfield left to right is Garrett Wright, TJ Tackett, and Caden Parker. Looking at Jacob Turner here this season, Jacob Turner is a guy that was kind of really the primary closer for Bowling Green last season, especially down the stretch. He's been moved into a midweek guy this season for Bowling Green. A junior right-hander, 5'11", from 197, St. Clair, Michigan native, went to St. Clair High School. He was ranked the number 9 right-handed pitcher in Michigan by PBR, and he's a guy that has a lot of zip on his fastball. He was a powerlifting state medalist and a 2-time cross-country finalist back in high school. This year, he has a 1-1 record, a 7.27 ERA, 17 1/3 innings pitched across 5 appearances. This today will be his 6th appearance and his 4th start of the season. He's given up 6 doubles and 7 home runs this year. Opponents hitting .347 against him.
And Tyler, you mentioned that he's turning into a weekday guy for Bowling Green. This is actually his first game playing on a Wednesday or Tuesday on a weekend or a weekday this entire season so far. He's got a couple Friday games coming in as relief, but I mean, besides that, this could be a really good chance for him to fill out that role. Rigo Ramos had that role for a lot of last season. He ends up leaving, and now him stepping up into this role could be huge to tighten up that main starting core of pitchers even more. And you can, if you're Coach Kyle Halleck, you know day to day you've got your guys you can check off every game.
Yeah, he was really one of the weekend starters, and then DJ Newman came back into the fold, and he's kind of been pushed out of that into the weekday. Michael DiMartini will lead things off here for Dayton. Umpires for today, Jake Botek behind the plate, James Malek at first, and Aaron Woodbury over at third.
A little windy today, Tyler.
A little bit. Beautiful weather, 70 degrees, 22-mile-per-hour winds blowing out straight towards center field. First pitch here by Turner, down low, and we are underway at Stellar Field. First pitch coming in at 3:02. Beautiful day for baseball as DiMartini sends this into right field. That's going to lay up in front of Caden Parker, and it's going to be a leadoff single for Michael DiMartini.
And just like that, no more no-hitter. That is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to hear, heartbreaking to see. But, you know, we've got 9 more innings to go through, so maybe they can rebuild, but I don't know. It's looking tough.
The left fielder, Aiden Zorn.
Aiden Zorn steps up to the plate. Just 3 left-handers in the lineup here for Dayton. They'll lead off with 3 righties in the box.
Zorn, a Penn State transfer. He's on a 6-game hitting streak dating back to March 9th versus Bryant, so it'd be huge if they can shut him down here.
DiMartini has a ton of speed on the base pass. 18 stolen bases on 19 attempts. Pickoff attempt here. Gets away from Gannon. Gannon's going to have to chase this down. DiMartini round second. He's going to go all the way to third on a pickoff attempt over at first.
And this is what we mentioned in that pregame, Tyler. If Dayton managed to get on the bases early, it's going to be a tough day for the Falcons because this is a strong offense for Dayton.
Big mistake by Bowling Green defensively early on. Aiden Zorn, a 1 to count. This one in the dirt for a ball. 1-1. Jacob Turner, he's been susceptible to the long ball this season. He's allowed a home run in every outing this year, has Jacob Turner. Big swing and a miss at the plate by Zorn. He goes down to the count 1-2.
Now, it is good to remember that last game where the Falcons ruled the Flyers 14-4, Dayton did go out to an early 2-0 lead.
Payoff pitch by Turner. Swing and a miss. Jacob Turner with his first strikeout of the day sends Zorn back packing. That'll bring up Ryan Luho. DeMartini stands at third for Dayton. Leadoff single, and then an error on a pickoff attempt for the man that has 18 stolen bases this season has allowed him to advance all the way to third. Big fly out center field. Tackett's going back at the warning track at the wall. It's over his head and off the batter's eye out in center field. And Ryan Luho has a 2-run home run to put Dayton up early.
Ryan Luho is one of those guys that you look at him and you're almost shocked that he's a freshman. He was named the A-10 preseason freshman of the year by D1 Baseball. And so far this year, that's just his third home run, but he's also got 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 22 RBIs. And yesterday, he's just building a massive resume. He had 5 hits and 4 runs in just 6 at-bats yesterday against Ohio.
Big swing by Luho puts Dayton up 2-0 early, and that'll bring up Mason Doby. Doby on the season, batting .333. First pitch by Turner in there for a strike, so Jacob Turner now has given up a home run in every one of his 6 outings this year.
And that's just a risk you're going to have to take at times. This bullpen is one that I think it's a lot tighter than last year. There's a lot more consistency with that bullpen, but still you kind of have to pick your poison. You look at Ty Roeder. Ty Roeder doesn't give up walks, but he gives up a lot of hits. So you go through different factors of this lineup, and it's just hard to pick one standout besides the 3 weekend starters.
2-1 count. Turner's payoff pitch. This one grounded over to first. Goes off the bag. They're going to say it was just right of the bag, so it's just foul. Called there by James Malek, the first base umpire. And he talked about how this Dayton team can hit. All 3 of the first 3 batters here for Dayton slug pretty well. You look at DeMartini as an .802 slugging percentage, as this one's grounded over to second. Going to be fielded by Seidel. He'll throw over to first for the second out. Zorn's the only one with a low slugging percentage, but Luho slugging .616, and that only goes up here today. So this top of the day lineup is really the part that you expect most of the production to come from.
The shortstop, Ryan McDougall.
And it really is a very loaded front for Dayton. You're right. It does taper off a little bit, but still consistently, you're one of the top teams in the A-10 in batting for a reason. It's not going to be just because of 3 players.
Ryan McDougall into the batter's box for Dayton. Looks at a first pitch ball by Jacob Turner. Big swing and a miss at the plate by McDougall. Count goes even to 1-1. McDougall, another left-handed batter. 2 lefties in the middle of the lineup for the Flyers. He's behind the plate today for Dayton. Fastball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. Last time out for Jacob Turner was Saturday against Akron. He pitched an inning and a third, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, struck out 2. He allowed a double and a home run in that outing across 22 pitches. Fastball just misses a bit outside. Count goes to 3-1. 2 outs here, top of the first. Dayton leading 2-0. Base pass clear for the Flyers. 3-1 count on Ryan McDougall. Jacob Turner's payoff pitch. This one skied foul to the left side. We'll do it again at a full count this time, 3-2.
And one of the pluses about Turner as well is he's a guy that can go a long distance if you need him to. Right now, obviously, let up 2 runs already. You're not going to really be as confident, but he can go the distance if you need.
Fastball paints the outside corner for Jacob Turner. Give him 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, but Dayton does strike on a 2-run home run by Ryan Luho to put the Flyers up 2-0 after half a frame of baseball here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green coming up to bat for the first time today when we come back. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU Athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
Back here at Stellar Field, Dayton up 2-0 early. After the top half of the first, we go to the bottom half. Bowling Green coming to bat for the first time today. We'll go through the batting order for Bowling Green once again. Tackett's leading off. Garrett Wright hits second. Newman third. Sam Seidel cleanup. Kana Parker fifth. Gavagadon sixth. Garrett Sloan seventh. Coop McKenzie eighth. Alex Laird rounds out the starting lineup, the batting order for Dayton in the 9-hole. It'll be McDougall behind the plate, staying over at first. Manolfi, that one's going to take a second to get used to. He's over at second. Wounders is at short. Doby at third. Zorn in left field. DeMartini, the speedster, out there in center field. And Haberly is over in right. We saw Kevin Hall for Purdue Fort Wayne out in center field use his speed multiple times yesterday. Was a problem when Bowling Green hit anything out to center. We'll see how much of a factor DeMartini is in this game with his speed. The pitcher on the mound for Dayton is Jackson Judy. Judy this season does not have a decision. This Judy will be his 11th appearance of the season, just his first start. 11 ERA for him. He's pitched 9 innings. He has struck out 9, just walked 3, a good strikeout walk ratio. Given up 4 doubles, 2 home runs. Opponents batting .342 against him. DJ Tackett's leading things off for Bowling Green. The lefty for the Falcons looks at a fastball down the middle for the first strike of the at-bat. Thought about going, held it back, read it all the way in. Tackett's led the action off for Bowling Green yesterday with a home run. As this pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-1. Tackett's on the season, batting .294. A high on-base player with a .479 on-base percentage, third best mark on the team.
And he really was a late season breakout guy last year, a person that had to come in at times during last season to fill in for depth, and he really showed out in those starts.
This one hit foul down the left side. Count goes to 1-2. Tackett's sophomore, 6'5", 185. From Perrysburg, Ohio, right down the road. Hit 2 grand slams last year as he awaits the 1-2 pitch from Judy. The pitch inside almost hit him. Tackett's got hit by a couple of pitches yesterday. We'll talk more about that when Garrett Wright comes up to bat. He's the guy that has been a ball magnet this year.
And during his entire short career at Bowling Green as well, a very big ball magnet, like you said.
Step off from Judy. Gets back on the rubber. And there's going to be a balk called on Jackson Judy. So nobody on base to advance 90 feet, but we will have a ball added to the count. So the count going to move full to 3-2. McDougall going to seek an explanation behind the plate for that balk.
It was a pretty short conversation there between McDougall and Jake Botek, the home plate umpire.
Payoff pitch. This one ground to the right side, just a bit foul by Tackett's. Count stays full at 3-2. Nobody out here. Bottom of the first. Dayton up 2-0. Jackson Judy pitching to TJ Tackett, the center fielder for the Falcons. The payoff pitch misses outside. TJ Tackett draws a leadoff walk for the Orange and Brown.
Tackett's one of those guys that he had his biggest game of the season yesterday. I mean, I don't think that's hard to argue against. You've got a guy that had his first home run of the season, 3 runs scored, 1 RBI, and he stole a base. And now you've got Wright following up now, the reigning freshman of the year.
Garrett Wright into the plate, like you said, and he gets hit by a pitch. That is for Garrett Wright, his 32nd hit by pitch in his Bowling Green career. That ties the Bowling Green program record set by TJ Blanton from 2007 to 2010. He is now 1 hit by pitch away from taking sole possession of that record in Bowling Green program history as just a sophomore.
We didn't even get the chance to intro him. That ball hit him so fast. I mean, this Garrett Wright at a sophomore level is already breaking records at Bowling Green. Unreal to see. And now we're already going to get a conversation at the mound with
mound visit for Dayton.
Jackson Judy.
DJ Newman will be up for the Falcons. Newman this season batting a scorching .448.
State University career record for hit by pitches with 32.
And that is a unique record to have for sure for Garrett Wright.
Yeah.
He set the program record in single season hit by pitches last year with 21. That passed Blanton's 15 from the 2010 season. And now he has tied the program record with 32. That's already his 11th hit by pitch this year, so he's well on pace to break his single season program record set last year.
The designated hitter, DJ Newman.
DJ Newman steps into the plate. Newman slugging .638 with a .529 on base percentage, on top of that top 5 batting average in the Mid-American Conference. After the mound visit, Judy's first pitch to Newman. Big cut by DJ. Has nothing to show for it. He'll start the count from behind 0-1. Nobody out here, bottom of the first. Dayton leading Bowling Green 2-0. Falcons have 2 runners on the base pass. Garrett Wright stands on first after being hit by a pitch. And TJ Tackett, who drew a leadoff walk, stands on second. And we're going to have a pickoff attempt at second. Diving back in just in time is Tackett. They caught him leaning out there at second base, but he's able to scurry back just in the nick of time. It was a little slow release on the pickoff attempt by Judy.
If Judy's a little faster with that, Manolfi 100% gets the tag off. Tackett's a little slow to the bag as well.
The 0-1 pitch by Judy to Newman. Another big swing and a miss on the off-speed this time by DJ Newman. He'll take a few seconds to regain himself as he's down the count 0-2. Newman aggressive early in this at-bat. He's seen a fastball, seen an off-speed, took a big swing at both of them. Has not made contact. The payoff pitch by Judy. We're going to have time. And it's going to be a pitch clock violation. As he was taking his time out there on the mound. You haven't seen many of those this year. But Judy gets a pitch clock violation, add a ball onto the count. So the count now goes to 1-2. So a balk and a pitch clock violation early on in the game by Jackson Judy. Double steal on for Bowling Green. Throw down to third. Tackett's is safe.
That's 2 close calls right there by TJ Tackett's. First one, tapping it with the hand. Second one, he got a foot on the bag right in front of Dobby.
And now we're going to have some discussion there over on the first base side.
They might take a look at this one.
Scott Loisel, the head coach for Dayton, discussing with the third base umpire today, Aaron Woodbury. The throw definitely beat Tackett's over at third, but as we saw yesterday, Tackett's beat the tag at home plate. Looks like he may have slid under that one there too. It was a ball at the plate, so the count's 2-2 on DJ Newman. And after the steal, Tackett stands at third base, while Garrett Wright is over at second now. For TJ Tackett, That is his 7th stolen base of the year on 7 attempts. Meanwhile, for Garrett Wright, it is his 4th stolen base of the year on 4 attempts.
If you're a Bowling Green fan, too, you've got to like the aggression that you're seeing early from Bowling Green. The double steal.
Aggressive motion there
Yeah.
by Aaron Woodbury. He was starting to walk away, turned back around, aggressively yelled at the head coach for Dayton and pointed at Scott, telling him to go back into the first base side dugout.
Looked for a second like they were going to throw him out there.
He's going to stay in the game, but that was a long talk, an aggressive ending to the talk. But a 2-2 count on DJ Newman. Payoff pitch from Judy. A little low on the fastball. Didn't miss by much. Count goes full to 3-2. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. Dayton leads Bowling Green 2-0. TJ Tackett stands on third. Garrett Wright at second. Jackson Judy's full count pitch to DJ Newman. Fouled off to the right side. We'll do it once again at 3-2.
And we saw a lot of aggression early there from Newman in this at-bat. And now he's kind of sizing up the ball a little bit more, and he's dissecting it, choosing what to take as a ball, what to take as a foul ball.
The 3-2 pitch once again. This one skied right center field by Newman. It's going to be caught by Herberly out there. But tagging up are both of the runners. So TJ Tackett comes home to score on the fly out by DJ Newman. And Garrett Wright advances from second to third.
It looked for a second like that ball was going to drop right in between DeMartini and Heberly, but maybe the wind took it just a little bit. It felt like you could see it careening over to Heberly's side.
Sam Seidel.
Wind playing a little bit of tricks out there. We saw it be a big factor in yesterday's game. Sam Seidel into the box, fouls this one off just behind him.
You know, Tyler, we've got a lot of games me and you are going to call throughout this season. How many times do you think we're going to bring up wind, do you think?
If it's at Bowling Green, I feel like every single game as it is blowing hard right now. That flag going everywhere out there in center field. This ball misses inside, almost hits Seidel. He moves out of the way, count 1-1. Sam Seidel yesterday went 2 for 6, scored twice, drove in 2 runs, walked once, and he had 5 assists in the field. The 1-1 pitch to Seidel, swinging, lines this one into right field. That's going to score Garrett Wright from third, and Sam Seidel's RBI single ties up the game after he had the walk-off hit yesterday.
That ball just lofted over the awaiting mitt of Stang, unable to get a snag on that one, and it just drops behind him into right field. Great shot there by Seidel, and now we're all knotted up like you mentioned, Tyler.
Caden Parker into the box for Bowling Green. He was a patient hitter yesterday as that flagpole's going everywhere out there in center field. He's showing bunt at the plate. And it's going to be ruled, I believe, a foul ball at the plate. But Caden Parker, I believe, was saying it hit his elbow pad.
Adamant that it hit his arm there.
Yes, shaking off that left arm. Parker's already making his way down to first, and they are going to award him first base after a discussion between the umpires. So, second hit by pitch of the game for Bowling Green as Caden Parker moves down to first. Sam Seidel advances to second, and Gavin Gannon will step up into the batter's box for Bowling Green.
It looked for a second there like that ball might have clipped the face of Parker. Good thing he got out of the way of that one.
Gannon had a home run yesterday as he looks at an all-speed catch the zone. First pitch to the at-bat. Moves to 0-1. Gannon went 3 for 5 in total yesterday with 3 runs batted in.
I was going to say, so far this season, too, a .327 batting average towards the middle of the pack.
Some aggressive base running there on second base. It's a big swing and a miss by Gannon at the plate. Seidel was scurrying off just as Judy was getting ready to throw the pitch. Nobody stole. They retreated back to the bags. But being a little aggressive out there on the base paths, we've already seen one close pickoff attempt at second base when Tackett was standing on the bag. As swing and a miss by Canon at the plate. And he's down on 3 straight strikes. And that'll bring up Garrett Sloan, the third baseman for the Falcons.
And Sloan so far this year, 216 batting average. He's got 11 hits for 8 runs, 4 RBIs, and a 235 slugging percentage.
Third baseman Garrett Sloan.
Sloan, a transfer in for Bowling Green. Transferred in from New Mexico State. Pickoff attempt, not thrown, but it would have been a close one at second base. Was held on to by Judy. Of course, you can fake the pickoff attempt to second, but not first or third. Sloan redshirted a couple years ago as the double steals on for the second time this inning for Bowling Green. They'll go to second this time, not in time. Keenan Parker steals second. Sam Seidel steals third. 4 stolen bases this inning for Bowling Green.
You know what they say in limbo, Tyler, how low can you go? And we just saw that was Caden Parker. Sorry, lost track for a second there. A little dirt on his number because he went all the way down into the dirt to get that steal attempt.
It was a ball on that first pitch. This one fouled to the back. So the count goes to 1-1. 4 stolen bases in the first inning. 2 double steals for the Falcons. TJ Tackett's Garrett Wright, Sam Seidel, and Caden Parker. Orange and Brown being aggressive on the base pass early here today. This one fouled off to the right side once again by Garrett Sloan. So the count moves to 1-2. 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Bowling Green, Dayton all knotted up at 2 apiece. Caden Parker stands on second. Sam Seidel on third for the Falcons.
If you're Bowling Green, if you can get past Sloan, who's got a 216 batting average, and you get Cooper McKenzie
As Jackson Judy flies this into right field, that's going to settle in front of Haberle. And his throw-in's going to be cut off. Coming around to score are 2 Falcons. Caden Parker in from second after Sam Seidel came home 90 feet from third base. It's a 2 RBI single for Garrett Sloan, and Bowling Green moves ahead 4-2.
Tyler, I don't think I've ever seen commentators curse strike before you even finish a sentence. I was going to say about Garrett Sloan, he can't always get the bat off the shoulder, but right there, absolutely hammered that ball, blooped it into right field, and got 2 runs there.
Coop McKenzie into the batter's box for Bowling Green. Looks off a first pitch ball. McKenzie this season batting .314. This is 13th game and 10th start of the season as that wind is really blowing out there into center field. McKenzie looks at another off-speed. This one catches the zone. Count goes even to 1-1. Once again, 22 mile per hour sustained winds here at Bowling Green today. Wind gust a little more. This one sent out left center field. Going to be knocked down by the wind a little bit, and it's going to fall in between Zorn and DeMartini. Zorn has trouble picking it up at first, and going from first to third is going to be Garrett Sloan on the single by Cooper McKenzie. Bowling Green going to have runners on first and third with 2 outs. Chance to add on to this 4-2 lead with Alex Laird coming up to the plate.
Alex Laird going to round out this batting order for the Orange and Brown. If he can get on base in any stretch of the imagination, then the Falcons would have gone through the entire lineup to start this first inning.
That's always a fun discussion. What is batting around? Is it going through all 9 hitters? Is it getting back to the leadoff hitter? Some people have different views on it.
I think it's back to the leadoff.
I agree. I think it is as well. As Laird sends this foul to the right side, this wind is really starting to play a factor. As that one just seemed to be knocked down by it a little bit. This is the hardest win we've had here this season for sure in the few games that we've had at Stellar Field. As this one misses outside for a ball. Count goes to 1-1 on Alex Laird. Jackson Judy, tough first inning here for Dayton. He's allowed 4 runs.
And we saw that wind right there from the pitch from Judy as a strong gust came in and just dragged it a little bit out of the strike zone.
Judy going to step off. Pitch clock was at 4. It'll be reset to 20. 1-1 count. 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Runners on first and third for Bowling Green. They lead 4-2. Pick-off attempt over to first. Back well in time is Coop McKenzie on the sidearm throw by Judy. Judy working from the stretch, the right-hander. Bowling Green wearing orange pants, brown jerseys here today. We've only seen these orange pants when they are in sweep scenarios. They are in a midweek sweep scenario here today as the off-speed is a strike. Alex Laird was showing bunt, pulled it back. Dayton wearing their all road grays with some some red caps, I should say. Judy taking his time on the mound. Stealing from first is McKenzie. He'll take the base over at second. 5 stolen bases in the first inning for Bowling Green. It was a ball outside. Count goes to 2-2 at the plate for Alex Laird. The payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the back of the glove of McDougall. And that will be the end of the first inning. But every Bowling Green batter comes up to the plate. They tally 4 runs to take a 4-2 lead. After 1 inning, we head to the top of the second. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here at Stellar Field on WBGU 88.1 FM.
In Bowling Green football's 41-17 season opening victory over Fordham on August 29th, junior Justin Pace set a program record with a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown on the first play of the game. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus had the call on Falcon Radio.
Go back up and field it on the goal line. Trying to take it to the right, got some blocks, got a hole. Peg was down the far sideline, and he's got space in front of him. 10, 5, touchdown BG brings back the opening kickoff. What a way to start the season.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Hey, it's Reese Patricus, and you're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
34 pitches for Jackson Judy in that bottom of the first inning. We head to the top of the second. Bowling Green leading 4-2 after a 1 frame here at Stellar Field, a windy day in Bowling Green on the campus of Bowling Green State University. And for Jackson Judy, that was his first start of the season. We'll see if he comes back out for a second inning of work. But the Falcons tattooed him to the tune of 4 hits and 2 runs. He had a walk, a couple hit by pitches, and Bowling Green did not miss. Up 4-2 after that first inning. Turner still on the mound for Bowling Green. Pitching to Bobby Sting. First pitch in there for a strike. Should clarify that it was not a balk earlier in the game by Jackson Judy. It was actually 2 pitch clock violations on Judy in that bottom of the first inning. Second pitch in there for a strike as well. Turner, who had 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, ahead of Sting here. 0-2 in the count. This one fouled off. Foul tipped at the plate. McKenzie not able to corral it. We'll do it again at 0-2.
I was just about to say, Tyler, nearly snatched into the glove of McKenzie, unable to grab that one there. Bit of a missed opportunity, but still a 2-0 count.
Turner working at a good pace. This one dribbled up the middle, through the infield into center field for a leadoff single for Bobby Sting. So Dayton has gotten their leadoff runner on in both of the first 2 innings.
And despite a very strong performance by the Falcons in this first inning, Dayton's still showing that they are going to swing the bat. They're going to test Jacob Turner. Turner was in a very good position with 2 strikes, no balls, and still wasn't able to get anything done there.
That'll bring up Dyronson at Wouters, and first pitch by Turner, fastball right down the middle for a strike. Turner going to this fastball often in these early counts. Goes to the well once again for another strike. 0-2 count on the low fastball for Turner.
And another opportunity here with Turner starting early. Let's see if he can close it out.
Payoff pitch by the right-hander. Bat had just thrown at it. It's going to be fielded by Sloan. He'll go to second for one. The turnover to first, not in time, but they do get the runner out at second. That is Bobby Sting. He is retired on the 6'4 fielder's choice, and Wilders will stand at first.
Now we're going to see Ty Mainolfi stepping up for his first appearance today.
Mainolfi here this season, batting .270 coming into the game. First pitch to him. Fastball, called a strike. Turner getting these low strike calls early on. Wilders standing on first. As the pitch home is inside for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Wilders on the season has just 2 stolen bases on 3 attempts. So not the biggest steal threat over there on first. The 1-1 pitch by Jacob Turner. Check swing, fouled off to the back. Count goes to 1-2. Turner working from the stretch.
Mainolfi, a freshman from Staten Island, New York. Wonder what he thinks about the flatlands of Bowling Green right now.
This one dribbled up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Turner. His only play will be over at first. They will retire Mainolfi as Wilders advances to second. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter for Dayton.
The right fielder, Aiden Heberly.
Aiden Heberly into the batter's box.
So far this season, Heberly, .213 average, 61 at-bats. He's got 13 hits for 15 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 8 RBIs, pairing with a .344 slugging.
Fastball in there for a strike. Jacob Turner doing a good job of getting ahead early in these at-bats in the second inning. Heberly, a junior outfielder, 6'3", 195. This fastball just barely misses. Count goes to 1-1.
And Tyler, we mentioned at the start of the show that, or at the start of the call, that a lot of different Dayton Flyers are transfers. Eberly, one of the more well-traveled ones. He spent his freshman year at Missouri before transferring to St. Charles Community College in 2024 and then transferred to Dayton in 2025. So he's been around the world a little bit.
2-1 count on Heberly. This one chopped up the middle. Turner can't field it. Seidel glove flips to first, and they got him. What a play by Sam Seidel over at second. Jacob Turner tried to field it, couldn't get it, went under his glove, and Seidel doesn't even take it out of the glove, fields it, flips it over to get on at first, and that's how the top of the second ends. Bowling Green coming up to bat when we come back. The Falcons ahead of the Daytons 4-2 early here at Stellar Field. You're listening to Bowling Green State University Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On September 13th, BGSU men's soccer's Bennett Painter scored the game-winning goal against Northern Illinois, leading to the team getting nationally ranked. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel.
Gonna win that one initially. Head up again. Wins the second one, however. Back to lane, back to Painter. That one's blocked, gets it back. Painter! Bennett Painter paints another masterclass at Cochran Stadium.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
New pitcher on the mound for Dayton here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Riley Cahill, the new man on the mound for the Flyers. This will be his 5th appearance of the season, all relief appearances. He has a 12 ERA, does Cahill. 3 innings pitched this year. He has struck out just 2 batters while walking 5, has not allowed an extra base hit. Opponents batting .200 against him. So it really seems like opponents haven't had the best of luck contact-wise against him, but he's been his own worst enemy at times with that control. We can close the line on Jackson Judy. He goes 1 inning in his first start of the year. Throws 34 pitches, gives up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of which are earned, walks a batter, and strikes out 2 across 9 batters faced. So not the outing that Judy would have hoped for.
And, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. You mentioned this was his first career start, and the fact that he got bounced a little bit early, and then after that the Falcons really found their footing. Or found their talenting, if you will. I don't know if you want to call it footing. Oh, wow, you didn't like that joke. But, yeah, I really think for Bowling Green it's a matter of they settled in to Judy. You can't move past. Once your offense starts to settle in a little bit, you can't move any further with that pitcher. You have to retire him, go to the next guy. And now Cahill's going to get a look at it, so let's see what he can do.
TJ Tackett will lead things off for the second inning in a row for Bowling Green after all 9 batters hit the first time. Tackett thinks he got hit by that pitch inside. He was ready to flip the bat over to the third base dugout. Jake Botek at the plate says he did not get hit, and Tackett will step back into the box to continue the at-bat. This fastball up high, so 2-0 start into the game for Cahill.
Looking for a bit of a trajectory difference here, trying to narrow in on that fastball, get it past Tackett.
Next pitch, Tackett's off speed, drops it. Nice pitch by Cahill. Brings the count to 2-1. Taking his time out there on the mound is Cahill. Pitch clock down to 6. This off speed, sent out line drive, center field. Going to drop down in front of DeMartini out there. And it'll be a leadoff single for TJ Tackett, his first hit of the game.
Tackett in his last at-bat got walked pretty early on in that first at-bat, then followed it up with a single. So, I mean, let's be honest here. Tackett as the leadoff guy has been pretty solid in the past 2 games.
Riley Cahill's last appearance was March 11th against Akron. He pitched 1 inning in that, gave up a hit, did not give up a run. 1 strikeout, 1 walk for Cahill across 4 batters faced. Took him 20 pitches to do it. He's had 20 pitches exactly in each of the last 2 outings for him. That is his max number of pitches that he has thrown in a game this season for the 6-footer. Off speed catches the zone against Garrett Wright. 1-1 count on Wright. 1 more hit by a pitch by Garrett Wright will put him alone at the top in the Bowling Green record books for the most hit by pitches in a career. As this one in the dirt, TJ Tackett's going to take off. There will be no throw, and Tackett advances to second.
And McDougal opted not to throw that ball with a steamrolling Tackett heading down to second base.
It'll be a wild pitch, which will advance TJ Tackett to second. 2-1 pitch at the plate. This one dribbled up the middle, fielded by Wouters at short. Throw across the diamond to Sting for the out. 6-3 ground out for Garrett Wright. Will bring up TJ Newman as TJ Tackett heads up base running, advances to third on the ground out.
Newman in his last at-bat had a fly-out RBI. Probably wants to get a little bit more on-base action going here, but a very good opener to his first at-bat.
Cahill's first pitch to Newman. All speed, runs inside, almost hits him. Newman has to back away from that just a little bit. Couple of near hit by pitches early on for Riley Cahill. Cahill's next pitch. Newman fouls this to the back. Count goes 1-1. Bowling Green leading Dayton 4-2 here in the bottom of the second. Just 1 out in the inning. 1-1 count on DJ Newman at the plate. TJ Tackett stands 90 feet away from scoring down there at third base. The pitch to Newman. Newman skies this to the right side. We'll see if it stays in play. Chasing after it is staying the first baseman. And he makes the catch in foul territory for the out. Second out of the inning for Bowling Green.
Second straight fly out for Newman. Tackett's trying to bait the throw there by Stang. Didn't get it, so he just trots back to third base, bringing up Sam Seidel.
The second baseman, Sam
Halleck
Seidel.
talked about it post-game yesterday, just how high of a baseball IQ TJ Tackett's has, especially for a sophomore. And you see that every time he is out there on the base pass. He's a very good runner on the base pass, is TJ Tackett's. First pitch to Seidel. Off speed, misses outside for a ball. Seidel singled his first time around. Stole a base on a double steal and came around to score one of 4 Falcons to score here early on in the contest. The 1-0 pitch by Cahill. Fastball just misses up high. Frame could not get the call from Jake Botek behind the plate. Count moves to 2-0. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. DJ Tackett stands on third base. The pitch to Seidel, off speed, wildly misses to the outside. Count goes to 3-0. Caden Parker awaits on deck. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Cahill taking his time on the mound. From the stretch, the 3-0 pitch, off speed, in there for a strike. Count moves to 3-1. Bowling Green leading Dayton 4-2. The payoff pitch by Cahill misses outside for ball 4. Sam Seidel draws a 2-out walk. Caden Parker comes up to the plate with runners on first and third.
Parker, similar to Wright in that first inning, was a victim of the hit by pitch. Got advanced.
Caden Parker.
Parker, the senior outfielder from Westland, Oregon, up to the plate. As I mentioned, he was hit by a pitch his first time up. Shows bunt here, pulls it back. It's a ball to the outside. Parker hit his first home run of the season yesterday. Ahead in the count here to start 1-0. The pitch by Cahill, off speed, just misses to the outside once again. 2-0. Control issues here the last couple of at-bats for Riley Cahill. Two walks and 2 hit by pitches by Dayton pitchers early on in this game. And a second straight 3-0 start to a Bowling Green batter. Caden Parker ahead in the count. You'd have to imagine he's probably got the take sign on right here.
Caden Parker, not a big power guy either. You mentioned just 1 home run so far this season, so I think you're right. They're probably just going to let him take here.
Misses outside, a 4-pitch walk to Caden Parker. Loads up the bases with Gavin Gannon stepping up to the plate. Gannon, a victim of the strikeout, his first time up today.
Back-to-back walks, and now Gannon, who's a bit more of a heavy hitter than Parker. He can smoke a baseball.
First baseman, Gavin
You look at
Gannon.
Gavin Gannon, he's got 3 home runs so far this season, just 1 behind Garrett Wright in this lineup.
A .577 slugging percentage for Gavin Gannon this season. A .327 overall batter coming into the game. First pitch to Gannon, misses to the outside for a ball. Six straight balls for Cahill. Riley Cahill from the stretch. 7th straight ball, misses down low.
That one just missing down low as well. That was a close call, but you're right. The streak of 7 balls will continue. See if it'll get broken here.
Gannon ahead in the count 2-0 with the bases loaded. Looks at it here. 8 straight balls by Riley Cahill. He has completely lost any control out there on the mound. Behind Gavin Gannon, 3-0. Bases loaded for Bowling Green.
Quick question, Tyler. What's your order at Denny's? Because I go for the Grand Slam usually.
We'll see if Ganon takes. He will for ball 4. And that'll walk in a run for Bowling Green.
Now think about how good that would have panned out if he had smoked a baseball over the fence there. Well, amazing timing on my part, even though it didn't end up happening. So, yeah, you're right. Bases loaded. Another run in for Bowling Green.
TJ Tackett comes home to score for the Falcons. Sam Seidel moves up from second to third. Caden Parker moves from first to second. Ganon now stands on first. 3 straight walks drawn by the Falcons. And I believe is that 9 straight balls by Cahill?
That is 9 straight balls. You're right about that.
A ball on the final pitch to Seidel. 4 to Parker and 4 to Ganon as Garrett Sloan steps up to the plate. And finally, Riley Cahill does find the strike zone once again. It does exist. Count moves to 0-1. Next pitch, chopped up the middle. Going to be fielded at short, almost bobbled by Wouters. He's able to get in the glove once again. Step on second to retire Ganon on the force out. And that will end the inning on the ground out by Garrett Sloan. But Bowling Green scores another run in the inning. And they now lead 5-2 after 2 innings of play. When we come back, we'll have the introduction of our trivia question for today. Chaz's first opportunity here this baseball season. Stay tuned for that. You're listening to BGSU Baseball at Stellar Field right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my fourth one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name that too.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green leading 5-2 after 2 innings of action. And as we did all of last season, we'll continue to do this season. We have the introduction of our trivia question here in the top of the 3rd inning. Chaz, what was it, 1 for 7 last year?
Wouldn't be shocked.
I don't remember the record. It was something like that.
That number does not surprise me, but if that isn't the case, probably like 1 for 20. Yeah. I mean, that's what it felt more like.
Noah Seeley got it wrong the first time he was on air this year. So did Sam Morris. So our color commentators are 0-2. Caden, Caden Knapp, our board operator, I'll give you a chance to guess this too. You can hop on air in the top of the 5th and give your guess. But we'll introduce it here. We will reveal that answer, as I said, in the top of the 5th. So the question today is, who has pitched the most shutouts in MLB history? Is it either A, Cy Young, B, Walter Johnson, C, Nolan Ryan, or D, Christy Mathewson?
Cy Young, can I?
You can go through your thought process here.
Okay.
Just, give us your early thoughts. So, who has pitched the most shutouts in MLB history? A, Cy Young, B, Walter Johnson, C, Nolan Ryan, D, Christy Mathewson.
I think Cy Young is a throwaway. I think I think you put him in there as a misdirect. I don't know the rest of the names as well. Cy Young is the name that just pops out to me. I don't think it's going to be that. I'm going to narrow it down to, I'm a B or C guy on multiple choice tests, so I'm going to go towards that middle portion, B or C, and
you know the best logic here.
Exactly.
Caden, you have any initial thoughts back there in the studios?
Those names kind of ring a bell to me. I'm thinking Nolan Smith, I believe is who you said. Nolan Smith. Right?
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, that's what I meant. Yeah, I think that is the player that has the most shutouts in MLB history.
Okay, we'll have to wait till the top of the 5th when we reveal that answer. Good luck to both of you guys here today. This one grounded to the left side of the infield by DeMartini. The speedster is beat on the throat. There by Alex Laird over at shortstop. And early out in the top of the 3rd for Bowling Green.
And Laird bobbled with that one just a little bit. Still managed to get the throw off. Ganon also just snatched it right off the ground. So that was a close call, but Falcons do get the out there.
And that's a guy you want to keep off the base pass. 18 stolen bases this season for DeMartini. Big swing and a miss at the plate by Aiden Zorn. The left fielder, victim of the strikeout, his first time up went down swinging in the top of the first. Pitch by Turner. Misses just a little bit inside. Count 1-1.
Zorn, another Penn State transfer. He spent 2024 at Penn State before going to Dayton in 2025. He started 21 games this year, so instantly plugged in to this roster.
This off-speed misses inside. Count moves to 2-1. 1 out here, top of the third. Bowling Green leads Dayton 5-2. Payoff pitch from Turner. Fastball paints the outside corner. Count moves even to 2-2. That one misses, so the count goes full to 3-2. And this one, a hard ground ball through the left side of the infield. It's going to be a 1-out single for Aiden Zorn. First time he's reached base here today.
And that will make it a 7-game hitting streak dating back to March 9th versus Bryant. I believe that's the Bryant Bulldogs, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, Tyler, I'm testing your ball
knowledge. I'm not even
here.
sure if I know off the top of my head.
Ooh.
No disrespect to Bryant.
Not to be confused with Bryan. That is also a college somehow.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting college names out there.
Drake, Lamar, those are two different colleges.
Yeah. Drake is the Bulldogs, I believe. I know that much. Count 1-0 to start Ryan Luho. He had a 2-run home run in the top of the first, the only run scored here today by Dayton, as Jacob Turner steps off the mound.
It's a Bulldog. I got it right. So add that to my trivia count, Tyler.
Yeah, not going to do that. Count is 1-0. You'll be able to test out a few other color commentators with some of your own trivia here later this season.
That is true.
It should be fun to listen to.
I can't do worse than them. If I do worse than them as your color and then I get beat as play-by-play, I'm going to be so upset.
Count moves to 1-1. Jacob Turner's payoff pitch here. Check swing. And first base umpire James Malek is going to say that Luho did not go. So the count will move to 2-1.
Turner so far today, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 42 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. But he also has 2 strikeouts off of 11 batters.
Fastball catches the zone. Count moves even to 2-2. As you mentioned, Jacob Turner with those 2 strikeouts here today, both of them coming in the first. Zorn stands on first with 1 out. The top of the third, and this one misses outside. Count moves full to 3-2 on Ryan Luho. Luho homering earlier in today's game. Looking to get on base for a second straight plate appearance. The full count pitch by Jacob Turner. Runner is off from first. It's grounded over to third base. Sloan, jump hop throw over to first is in time. So it'll be a 5-3 ground out for Ryan Luho for the second out of the inning. As Zorn was running on first on the pitch, he moves up 90 feet to second base.
And that's not even on Luho. That was a good hit opportunity, but what a effort there by Garrett Sloan to push that ball over to Gavin Gannon. That was a lofty pass, and he just jumped up, got the throw off. Great timing by those two.
Fastball in there to start the at-bat to Mason Doby. He grounded out to second, his first time up today. Starts behind in the count here, 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Bowling Green leading Dayton 5-2. 1-1 count now after that fastball missed down low. Doby on the season is batting .333. This is his 22nd game. All starts. Off speed, right down the middle for Jacob Turner for a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Doby has some power, slugging .435 this year. He has 2 home runs with 11 runs batted in, a .380 on-base percentage. The payoff pitch by Jacob Turner, chopped up the middle, right in front of Turner. He fields it, throws it over to Gavagadon at first, and that ends the quick inning for the Falcons. We head to the bottom of the third. Bowling Green looking to build on their 5-2 lead over the Flyers here at Stellar Field. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey, it's Reese Patricus, and you're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Hi, my name's Emma Stransky. I'm a winger for BGSU women's soccer. My 4 favorite animals are ferret, because I have 2 and they're the cutest things ever. Falcon, because we're BG. Fox, because Chris Fox, our coach. And then a flamingo, because I think that they're pretty.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Will Newell is the new pitcher for Dayton. Newell, this is his 4th appearance of the year, 3 of them coming out of the bullpen now. He has a .1260 earned run average. He's thrown 5 innings this season, struck out 2 batters, and walked 5. 7 of his 8 runs he's given up have been earned. He's given up 2 extra base hits, a double, and a home run. Opponents batting .333 against Newell. Newell is another one of these Flyers pitchers that has been on the bad side of the strikeout walk ratio. He stands at 6'7", 230 pounds, a big figure out there on the rubber. Right-handed pitcher. He is a senior from Tallahassee, Florida. Went to Leon High School and transferred in from Pasco Hernando State College.
Actually, Tyler, asterisk, because he actually started his career at Lipscomb in 2021, transferred to Pasco Hernando in 2022, and then in 2024 transferred to Dayton. So yet another player for Dayton that has just traveled. I got flack for saying around the world. Around the country. Is that better?
Yeah, Nick Windholtz, our videographer today, did not like that remark. You can check out his highlight video of this game later today over at the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Great plug there. That was a great plug.
0-1 count to start off here for Cooper McKenzie. This one also misses outside. Wind picking up once again here at Stellar Field. Count moves to 1-1. McKenzie singled his first time up, proceeded to steal second base where he was stranded after Alex Laird struck out to end the bottom of the first. This one misses outside as well. Count moves to 2-1. Laird stands on deck for Bowling Green. The 2-1 pitch here by Newell. Big swing and a miss on the fastball up high. Third pitcher in 3 innings here for Dayton.
Tyler, would it surprise you if I told you, guess what team
Nothing
in the A10,
surprises me that you say at this point, Chaz.
Guess what team in the A10 is leading in walks so far this season?
Based on what I've seen today, I think Dayton's a good bet for that.
No, they're not number 1, but they are number 4. And, I mean, they're pretty high in walks. They've got 114 minus the 1
this
so far
one
today.
misses wildly outside the other batter's box. McDougall couldn't even go to reach it. It goes to the backstop. Nobody on base to advance, but the count goes even to 3-2.
Celebrity appearance from Coach Kyle Halleck running out to grab that baseball there.
Some say when you need something done, it's best done your way, and Halleck doing it right there. The former star pitcher over at Kent State, the only individual in Mid-American Conference history to win a Player of the Year as a player and a Coach of the Year as a coach. He was Pitcher of the Year in 2011 for Kent State before winning Coach of the Year last year for Bowling Green. It is a walk for Cooper McKenzie, so he advances 90 feet over to first, and Alex Laird steps into the batter's box. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch. He sees a fastball. He starts from behind the count 0-1. Last time Newell was on the mound was March 11th against Akron. He went 2/3 of an inning, did not allow a run or a hit, walked one batter as this one chopped over to the left side. And the bunt is going to work perfectly for Alex Laird as it went into no man's land in between Doby at third, Wounders at short, and Newell on the mounds. And Bowling Green has a runner on first and second with nobody out as we go back to the top of the order with TJ Tackett, who has reached base safely in both of his first 2 plate appearances here today.
I want to go back to that Alex Laird bunt. What a bunt that was. Got it right in the sweet spot of the bat. It just dribbled not too far away from the catcher, but far enough where you had the pitcher and infield kind of going in to restrict a little bit. Got good speed as well on the run. Now there's runners on second and first. Great start for the Falcons here in the bottom of this third.
Tackett looks at a first pitch ball. TJ Tackett walking his first time around and then singling in the bottom of the second. As he sends this one out deep right center field, going back is Heberly and DiMartini, and that one is over the wall for a 3-run home run for TJ Tackett. And after having no home runs coming into this week, Tackett has homered in back-to-back games for Bowling Green.
And we mentioned a slump. I mean, come on. 3-run homer right there. Bowling Green is breaking this game right open right now. You got to love what you're seeing if you are a Falcon fan.
Should note that the 7-inning run rule is in effect today. That is, you have to be up double digits after 7 innings. So we do have potential for this game to end a little early, just the way it did earlier in the season down at Dayton when Bowling Green won 14-4 after 7. First pitch in there to Garrett Wright is a strike, but like we mentioned, TJ Tackett's homer in back-to-back games after coming into this week without a home run this season. Wright check swings, appeal down to Malek at first base. The umpire says he did not go around, so it will be a ball. 1-1 on Garrett Wright. Second home run allowed by Newell this season. As this one misses down low, count moves to 2-1. Garrett Wright having another phenomenal season after his MAC Freshman of the Year campaign last year. Skies this one high to the right side. I think that's going to stay in play. It will. Stang does a nice job of tracking it as the wind blows it back in towards fair territory. He does catch it in foul territory for the out, and that brings up DJ Newman.
DJ Newman in his last 2 appearances, both flyouts. One did record an RBI, the other a nothing burger. Now looking for his first base hit of the game.
Newman first pitch swinging, stings this into the right center field gap. That's going to go towards the warning track before it's cut off by Heberly. Heberly getting it back in quickly, but not enough time before DJ Newman gets a stand-up, 1-out double for Bowling Green.
And it really does, Tyler, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it really does feel like Bowling Green is getting a read on these pitchers early. And I think that's part of the strategy here for the Falcons. They're swinging the bats, even on balls. We've noticed some of the time they're swinging the bats. But this team's decision-making, the baseball IQ among the entire roster is so high. They're doing a very good job of dissecting these pitchers, getting in their heads early. As you and I both know, pitching is a very mental game.
First pitch here, the Sam Seidel misses for a ball, and I think this team also just doesn't want a 4-hour game like they did yesterday. That was a long contest yesterday, and Bowling Green seems to be wanting to end this one a little early. Up now 8-2 over Dayton here in the bottom of the third. Just 1 out in the inning. DJ Newman standing on second. It's a 2-0 count to Sam Seidel. Will Newell on the mound for the Flyers. third plate appearance already in the day for Sam Seidel, the cleanup hitter for the Falcons. He has walked and hit a single, I should say, as it's now 3-0 to Sam Seidel. Seidel this season has 9 walks, looking for double-digit walks possibly. This next pitch, it'll be inside. Double-digit walks this season for Sam Seidel, his 10th drawn this year, as it'll be first and second for Bowling Green, with Caden Parker coming up to the plate. Yet to get a hit in 2 plate appearances so far today, but he has walked and been hit by a pitch.
And now we will have a little bit of a celebrity appearance as athletic director Derek Vandermeer has entered the building.
As double steal on once again for Bowling Green. This time they're going to get the runner at second. Good throw by McDougall down to second base. Gets Sam Seidel. DJ Newman, though, does get the stolen base and advance down to third.
Runner in scoring position for the Falcons. As you mentioned, up is Caden Parker. He was hit by a pitch. He's walked. And Caden Parker really does not get the flowers he deserves. At least I believe. This guy is more of a glue guy. We saw him last season come into this roster and really help just hold everything together in that left field.
Now he's playing right field this season after playing left field last year. This one outside for a ball, 1-2 count. Should note Derek Vandermeer also giving a new title with his recent extension on top of Director of Athletics. He is also the Vice President for Athletic Strategy for Bowling Green State University. This one chopped over to the right side by Parker, but fielded by Manolfi. Manolfi retires Parker on the throw to Sting to end the inning, but Bowling Green adds 3 more here. In the bottom of the third, they lead Dayton 8-2 after 3 innings. We'll have some history in baseball on this day when we come back in the top of the 4th. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
Back here at Stellar Field, beautiful day for baseball. Have a little more clouds coming into play. Wind still blowing strong here in Bowling Green, as it usually tends to do. As we have had last season and will continue to do this year, a little history on this day in baseball history in the top of the 4th. So going back to 1965 for this first one, this one a sadder note. John Henry Lloyd, better known as Pop Lloyd, passed away on this day in 1965 in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the age of 80. He is considered to be one of the best black players in the dead ball era. And then in 2009, Japan beat South Korea 6-2 in the 2009 World Baseball Classic, securing their second World Baseball Classic title.
Wow. I thought, so we talked off air a little bit about this. We were going to go away from the morbid facts a bit, but, you know, good to pay the respects. Good to also honor the history. And you know what?
And, you know, Pop Lloyd's a guy that I don't think gets talked about enough.
I think you're right
when
about
you
that.
bring up some of these legends of the game from the past in that dead ball era. I think he's a guy that is unfortunately, because he did not play under the spotlight like some of these other guys did, like the Ty Cobbs, like the Cy Youngs. I think a guy like Pop Lloyd can be forgotten a little bit, and he was a tremendous player, especially for his time. One of the legends of the game. As it's a 1-1 count here on Ryan McDougall.
McDougall, in his last appearance, he had a ground out.
This one chopped up the middle. Going to be fielded by Laird at short. He'll make the throw over to Ganana at first for the first out of the inning. And that now is 3 straight ground outs And if you go back, 5 of the last 5 outs actually for Jacob Turner have been ground outs. So done a great job recently. Last 6 outs for Jacob Turner have been ground outs. He's done a great job of inducing this ground ball recently. As we have a chance for the 7th straight here, and Laird ball just gets under Alex Laird as he dives there at shortstop. Almost made an incredible play, but it will be a 1-out single for Bobby Sting.
And
his second single of the game.
As you mentioned, Tyler, for Turner, you want to force them to swing the bats.
Yeah.
Yes, they opened up with a home run, but outside of that, they haven't really done much offensively. You got a hit single, you've got a fielder's choice, you've got another hit single, and that's it. I mean, they're swinging the bats, but they're not getting much done because you mentioned all these ground outs. That's what you want to see. You want to see them get these little chips instead of – you're not going to strike out everybody every time.
Just how the game works. 1-0 count here on Dyronson Wouters. This fastball just misses to the outside. Counts at 1-1. Or 2-0, apologies. Turner from the stretch. Fastball misses down low, so a 3-0 start to the at-bat for Dyronson Wouters. Ty Mainolfi waits on deck. Dayton looking to get back into this one, down 8-2 here in the top of the 4th. Turner's payoff pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 the count on Wouters.
And if you're Coach Halleck, top of the 4th, we mentioned Turner can go a long way if you need him to.
As this one flown deep right center field, that's going to get in the gap between Tackett and Parker. And they are going to hold up Sting at third, so it's going to be a double for Wouters, and it'll be second and third for Mainolfi.
And that's not worst case scenario for the Falcons. That was a deep shot there by Wouters, only managing to get a double out of it as well. And great fielding there by the combination of Tackett and Laird, or Seidel, sorry, was the cutoff guy there.
Mainolfi up the bat, grounded out to Turner, his first time up. Turner's pitch, off speed in there for a strike. Oh, 0-1 start to the count on Mainolfi. Fastball misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. Didn't miss by much there for Turner. Heberly, the 9-hole hitter, awaits on deck for Dayton. Fastball misses just outside once again for Jacob Turner, so he goes behind in the count 2-1. 1 out here, top of the 4th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 8-2. Bobby Stang stands on third. Dyronson Wouters on second for the Flyers. The 2-1 pitch swung and hit up the middle. Line drive into the outfield grass in front of Tackett. They're going to hold up the runner at third in Wouters as Sting comes around to score. 8-3, Bowling Green still leads.
Dayton might be starting to figure Turner out just a little bit here.
We'll see how long of a leash Kyle Halleck has on Jacob Turner. Left-hander warming up in the Bowling Green bullpen.
And look at that.
And Halleck now coming out. We'll see if it's a normal mound visit or a pitching change. You have to imagine Bowling Green's going to want to try to get everything out of their pitchers that they can. Only have a limited number of arms available today after they unloaded the bullpen in a bullpen game yesterday against the Mastodons at Purdue Fort Wayne. Appears just to be a normal mound visit here for Kyle Halleck. What do you want to see from Jacob Turner to get out of this recent jam and keep his outing going, Chaz?
I think what we saw out of Turner in the second and third inning specifically was he was getting ahead in the count early. And I think that's something that he needs to continually do is step up in the count, go up a 0-2 count, and then you've got 4 pitches to work with there. And it's a little bit of a different style, but I think now we're seeing him, he's throwing a little bit more outside of the zone now, struggling to get his trajectory back on. And that paired with the fact that Dayton is now swinging. They're willing to take shots out of that baseball.
First pitch here, in there for a strike. Turner staying in the game here to face Heberly. Misses outside for a ball, 1-1. DeMartini on deck, the leadoff hitter for Dayton. You'd have to imagine that Turner only has a few more batters, if that, left in his outing. Another ball here, 2-1. If he were to load the bases up, he'd probably think that Halleck would walk back out to make a pitching change. But we'd have to wait and see on that. The 2-1 pitch by Turner. Ground to the right side. Sliding stop by Sam Seidel. Beautiful play to get the out. A run does score as Wouters comes home from third. Mainolfi advances from first to second. But a beautiful play. Another beautiful play in the field by Sam Seidel. He's had a couple of those here today.
That was a great diving attempt there by Sam Seidel. And you get it, you get the ball, you get it out of your hand fast, and now you saved yourself 1 or 2 runs.
Second straight time, Heberly has grounded out to Seidel at second.
Warming up in the bullpen, it's going to be Luke Krause.
That is the left-handed arm up in the pen for Bowling Green. As the first pitch here to DeMartini, the speedster for Dayton, and their leadoff hitter is a ball. So far today, DeMartini has singled. He advanced from first to third on an error by Turner on a pickoff attempt. He's also grounded out to Alex Laird at short. It's a 1-1 count on DeMartini after that one finds the zone. Center fielder for the Flyers. Top of the fourth here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green leading Dayton 8-4. 2 outs in the inning. Ty Mainolfi stands on second as this off-speed misses down low for a ball.
And then we saw an opportunity there with the 1-1 count there for Turner. Now he's tucking back behind the count, 2-1, 2 outs, runner on second.
The 2-1 pitch by Turner. This one flown out to center field, fairly deep. Tackett still going back, Wynn pushing it, makes the catch just before the warning track, and that ends the inning. Jacob Turner with 4 solid innings for Bowling Green here today. They lead over the Flyers 8-4 after the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Bowling Green coming up to bat once again, and when we come back, you're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, I'm Sydney Hernandez, and this is my Falcon 4 Essential Carries. For every day, I like to carry my chapstick, just to keep my lips moisturized. I like to have my phone to stay in contact with friends and family. If I'm at school, have to have my laptop for notes and all my assignments. And I also like to keep a little snack with me at all times, just in case I get hungry throughout the day. Go Falcons!
Hi, my name is Kay Eigner. I'm number 17 on the women's volleyball team, and my Falcon 4 bucket list places are probably anywhere in British Columbia, Canada, Vail, Colorado in the wintertime, Portofino, and Stockholm, Sweden.
Back here at Stellar Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University, the Falcons lead the Flyers of Dayton 8-4 here after 4.5 innings of action into the bottom of the fourth. We have a couple final lines to go over. Riley Cahill for Dayton. His outing is over. He goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, 1 run, which has earned 3 walks, no strikeouts. Jackson Judy, the starter for the Flyers, went 1 inning, 3 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of which are earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Will Newell becoming the first Flyers pitcher to work into his second inning of action And Jacob Turner's day appears to be done. We can assume that Luke Krause will be into the game in this next half inning for Bowling Green. Turner goes 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of which are earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts for the right-hander. It'll be Gannon, Sloan, McKenzie, and then bottom of the order for Bowling Green. Gavin Gannon, big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Gannon has struck out swinging and walked so far today. This one misses wildly outside with a fastball in the other batter's box. Count goes to 1-1. All right-handed pitchers so far in this game for the Flyers. As this pitch nails the outside corner for a strike, 1-2 on Gavin Gannon.
Gannon staring that one down. Definitely a pitch he wants to have back there.
Off speed, it rings up Gannon. Gannon down looking for the first time today. Second overall strikeout for number 14 for the Falcons.
Garrett Sloan now up to bat for the Falcons. In his first at bat, he's got a hit single for 2 RBIs. Then he grounded out in his second. See if he can get back to the base paths for his third.
First pitch just a bit outside to Garrett Sloan. Like you mentioned, a single and a ground out to short. Newell taking his time. Now he'll step off. Going to call for a new ball. He'll switch out baseballs here. And it's going to be a pitch clock violation on Will Newell. So that's the third pitch clock violation for Dayton pitchers here today. Jackson Judy had 2 of them. And Will Newell picks up another one. So add a ball onto the count. Goes from 1-0 to 2-0 with 1 out here at the bottom of the 4th. This one skied up to the left side. And it's going to go just out of play over the Bowling Green dugout. Here, our videographer over there, Nick Windholtz, getting just out of the way.
Can we get a thumbs up, see if you're okay?
Gives us a thumbs up.
He's all right.
Windholtz is good.
I was scared for a second. That ball got within 100 feet of him.
2-1 count on Garrett Sloan. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 8-4. Both teams tied at 7 hits apiece. Fastball misses just outside. Count moves to 3-1. Sloan looking to reach base for the second time here today. As now Will Newell's going to take a second to tie his shoes. That pitch clock is still running, has not been reset. Down to 8, now down to 5. We'll see if we get another pitch clock violation here. It has hit 0. It's going to be reset to 20, and there will be no pitch clock violation. The payoff pitch is instead inside, so it'll be a walk either way. Garrett Sloan reaches base with 1 out. Coop McKenzie coming up to the plate with Alex Laird on deck.
McKenzie has reached base in both of his at-bats with a single and a walk.
And that now is 7 walks already by Dayton pitchers here today compared to just 3 strikeouts. Bowling Green pitchers, courtesy of Jacob Turner, have no walks and 2 strikeouts conversely.
Well, Tyler, it's kind of a pick your poison because Jackson Judy, who opened the game in just 1 inning, he only let up a walk, but he also allowed 3 hits for 4 runs. So, I mean, yeah, the walks are bad, but you look 1 run for Riley Cahill in his 1 inning, and then Newell in his 1 1/3. He's allowed 3 walks and also 3 runs.
McKenzie starts the at-bat with a walk. We're going to have time called, it appears, by home plate umpire Jake Botek.
We've got an entire meet and greet here, Tyler. There's Todd Simon for BGSU men's basketball.
Simon sitting up there in the right side of the stands with Derek Vandermeer. Simon's season recently ending with a loss to Akron in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament up in Cleveland. Led a Falcon squad that suffered 3 injuries to their starting 5 and a 4th starter playing with 2 broken hands at one point this season to the MAC tournament. A miraculous way to get to Cleveland for that Bowling Green men's basketball team. Great to see Simon in attendance here today, as it's a 2-1 count on Cooper McKenzie.
Tyler, this is a bit unrelated, but as the men's basketball beat, I want to ask you a question.
Because we have a pickoff attempt over to first. Sloan back in time.
Do you think Akron can win a game in March Madness?
I think they can. I think they got a tough draw. Arizona has 6 ranked wins this season. But they do have to travel to Seattle. Good note there by our board operator, Caden Knapp. But I definitely think that Zips team, I think they could get a couple wins in the MAC tournament.
Well,
I think they could go to the Sweet 16, I'm going to say.
Next up, I have said that in the past. They do have an Oregon or Liberty matchup following that, so I don't know.
I believe it could have a meeting with Caden Matheny at Liberty, a former Falcon, a couple years ago with men's basketball under Michael Huger before Todd Simon arrived here. I think the latest big run by a team in the MAC, I think it was Jeff Bowles' Ohio Bobcats a few years ago. He made it to like the Elite 8 or something crazy. Might have been Sweet 16 there. I'll have to fact check me. We'll see if the Zips can repeat that and represent the MAC in the NCAA tournament. So this is a close pickoff attempt over the first. Garrett Sloan back just in time. The Dane dugout thought they had him. A couple pickoff attempts in a row. That one a close one. 3-1 the count. 1 out here. Bottom of the 4th. Runner on first for Bowling Green in the form of Garrett Sloan. The pitch to Cooper McKenzie is down and outside for a walk. 8th walk of the game now by Dayton pitchers. And the Falcons have runners on first and second with Alex Laird coming to the plate. He singled his last time up.
Second straight walk now for Newell. And I believe that makes him the leader with 4 so far today.
Alex Laird.
Newell has really struggled with that command so far today. Laird into the box. First pitch to him. Big cut and a miss on the off speed on the outside corner. Nice pitch there to start the at-bat by Will Newell. Laird wanted it, got nothing of it. He starts behind in the count 0-1. Still just 1 out in the inning. The pitch to Laird. Check swing. He went around. Didn't even need an appeal on that one. Botek at the plate says he swung. And he's going to be behind the count 0-2. Actually, the count's going to be 0-1. So it'll be 1-1 now with a pitch in the dirt. May have had time calling possibly or something. Or I may have missed an appeal down to the first base umpire. Either way, it counted as 1-1. This one a strike. This is a rare case where it's a strike, but the catcher drops it. You don't usually see that called when the catcher drops it. But that one was 2 right down the middle, not to call. McDougall losing control of the ball. Both Bowling Green runners stay put. The count's now going to be 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Alex Laird on the outside corner. He goes down on strikes for the second time here today. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Newell. Brings us back to the top of the order with TJ Tackett. Tackett's having himself a day so far. He has a walk, a single, and a 3-run home run. And he has scored every time he's stepped to the plate. Here so far in this one, we have a mound visit here. There is a left-hander warming up in the Dayton bullpen. And we are going to have the pitching change. So Will Newell will go out of the game. We'll have the details on the new Dayton pitcher when we come back. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Bowling Green's got a runner on first and second with TJ Tackett coming to the plate. You're listening to BGSU Baseball on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, I'm Christine Erdman with the BGSU women's soccer team. My Falcon 4 favorite Halloween movies are Halloween Town because I grew up with my sisters watching it, Charlie Brown Halloween because I watched it with my family growing up, Hocus Pocus just because it's enjoyable, and Halloween because it's scary.
Hello, my name is Reko Badurov. I play for the BGSU men's soccer team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number one, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
My name is Kyle Blasingame from BGSU men's soccer, and my Falcon 4 favorite hobbies are Kirby, which is a game created by BG men's soccer. My second favorite hobby would be Solid IIO. I recently bought a PC and I've been gaming it. My third favorite hobby is playing golf with Kyle Cusimano, and my fourth favorite hobby is watching Game of Thrones with Brendan Graves.
Back here at Stellar Field, going to be a new pitcher into the game for Dayton. Already the 4th pitcher of the game for the Flyers. It'll be Aiden Tran, number 7 for Dayton, 14.29 earned run average this season. This will be his 6th appearance, his 5th out of the bullpen. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings in his previous 5 outings. He has given up 4 hits, 9 runs, all of which are earned, 9 strikeouts to 10 walks. That's the 3rd most walks on this Flyer squad, and the 2 guys above him have pitched 19 and over 22 innings, so a lot of walks, about 2 every inning for Tran. He's given up 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, a home run, but opponents batting just .211 against him, so a little bit of a mixed bag there when you look at the numbers for Tran.
Tyler, we're broadcasters, we're journalists, we're all that, but primarily we are story guys, and I got a story for you. Aiden Tran, in his first game of his career as a freshman, was brought in against Wake Forest, who is the number 1 team in the country nationally, and he struck out the
as
only batter.
Drives this on the ground to the right side, going to be fielded by Sting, and he'll flip it to Tran to end the inning. We'll have to wait till Tran comes back onto the mound to finish that story, unfortunately, as we head to the top of the 5th. You know what that means, Chaz? We get the reveal of the trivia question that I posed in the top of the 3rd, so we'll take a short break and come back to you with the answer of that trivia question right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Back here on WBGU 88.1 FM, thank you for tuning in to this broadcast on this Wednesday afternoon. It has now shifted overcast with a bunch of clouds in the sky here at Stellar Field. Feel the temperature dropping just a little bit, but we do have the answer to the trivia question coming up here. I posed this one to you, Chaz, way back in the top of the 3rd. If I can get my paper sword out over here. So the question for you, and Caden and our listeners back home, was who has pitched the most shutouts in MLB history? Your options were A. Cy Young, B. Walter Johnson, C. Nolan Ryan, and D. Christy Mathewson. I'll go first to you, Chaz, and then to Caden. Chaz, do you have an answer?
Repeat 2 and 3 again.
Walter Johnson is B,
Okay.
and Nolan Ryan is C.
Okay, I'm going to go with Walter Johnson.
All right, Caden, do you have your guess?
I'm going to stick with Nolan Ryan.
Chaz, you might have more luck coming your way this season. You are 1 for 1 today. You got that correct. Walter Johnson, 1 for 1 on the season for Chaz McNeil in trivia. That is unheard of.
Wow. For the listeners who can't see, right now there's confetti falling in the box right now. That's how happy everybody in the room is. 1-0. Beautiful start to the season.
Walter, for extra credit here.
Oh, come on.
Over 21 seasons, take a guess at how many shutouts Walter Johnson threw.
I have no clue.
Give me a guess here. 21 seasons. How many shutouts did Walter Johnson have?
The number 2 hitter, left fielder Aiden Zorn.
Like complete games?
Just shutouts. So, I mean, they are complete games.
I'll go. This is going to be wrong, but I'll go 120.
This one chopped on the ground to the left side. Going to be mishandled there by Alex Laird.
Wait, no, I take it back. 50. Give me 50.
Yeah, that's quite the difference. And Aiden Zorn's going to reach safely. It's 110. You were close in your first one.
I was off by like 10. That's heartbreaking.
We do have a new pitcher into the game, though, for Bowling Green. It is Luke Kraus. Kraus on the season, a junior left-hander, 6'2", 199 from Antwerp, Ohio. He's 2-0, 540 earned run average. This is 6th appearance, all out of the bullpen. Kraus has pitched 8 1/3 innings, pitched with 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents batting .371 against him. Check swing, appeal down to the first base umpire, and James Malek said he did not go. It's Ryan Lujo at the plate. He has homered once today and grounded out to third. Chaz riding high.
Oh, I'm so happy.
After getting that trivia question correct. As this one given a ride to left field, it's going to be fair. One hop the fence. It's going to be a double for Lujo. And they're going to hold up Aiden Zorn at third. But Dayton coming back after being down 8-2 early. They're now down by just 4 with runners on second and third and nobody out here in the top of the 5th.
2,000. 2,000. 2 in the first inning and then 2 in the last inning for Dayton. Scoreless in the middle 2.
And it was ruled a single for Aiden Zorn. So no error on the play by Alex Laird. First pitch to Mason Doby is in there for a strike. Kraus, the left-hander, working from the stretch. This off-speed in the dirt. Nice stop behind the plate by Cooper McKenzie. McKenzie, a very solid defensive catcher back there. This off-speed does catch the zone. Count moves to 1-2. Cooper McKenzie has actually not committed an error in his collegiate career. Has over 220 putouts and 14 assists. This one chopped off foul to the left side over the bleachers. Count stays 1-2. Nobody out here top of the 5th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 8-4. Dayton has runners on second and third in the form of Ryan Lujo and Aiden Zorn respectively. Luke Kraus on the mound for the Falcons. Pitching to Mason Doby. Kraus's payoff pitch in the 1-2 count. Off speed, locked him up for the strikeout. Beautiful pitch by Luke Kraus. Sends Doby down and brings up Ryan McDougall.
The catcher, Ryan McDougall.
McDougall so far today is hitless. He struck out looking to end the first inning and grounded out to short last inning. McDougall looks at this one outside for a ball. Solid 4 innings of work put in today by Jacob Turner. As McDougall skies this one up to the left side. Settling under it is Garrett Wright. He makes the catch. Tagging up from third is Zorn. And that throw is way off. As Zorn comes in to score on the flyout to Garrett Wright. So McDougall does his job. 2 outs in the inning now. Bobby Stang coming up to the plate. Staying put on second base is Ryan Lujo on the errant throw by Wright.
And even if that throw were to make it over to McKenzie,
it would have been a tough play.
It would have been a really tough play.
You needed one of the best relays we've seen here to catch him there. That one, good job by Wright of tracking it. Sometimes hard to track the ball in these overcast conditions because the ball can really blend into the sky with all the clouds. We went from having mostly blue skies here today to little pockets of blue out there. on the right side, but not much. Krell starts the count from behind to Bobby Sting, 2-0. Sting has two singles so far here today. He's come around to score once. It's 8-5 now, Bowling Green leading. Krause's pitch, all speed, catches the zone for a strike.
Up to back is Stang, who's had back-to-back singles. Reliable hitter here for Dayton.
This one grounded on the left side, fielded by Laird. He'll throw over to first for the out, and that'll end the inning. Nice job of Gunnan staying on the bag to record the out. Bowling Green still maintaining a 3-run advantage, 8-5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to BGSU Baseball on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On January 31st, 2025, BGSU senior forward Jackson Niedermeyer scored a game-winning goal in overtime on the road against Northern Michigan, notching BG 2 points and securing Niedermeyer's first multi-point game as a Falcon. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Larson with the shot taken away by Bowling Green. This is Jackson Niedermeyer, takes it up the right wing, looking for a pass, now looking for a shot, he scores! Jackson Niedermeyer, the overtime winner with a buck left in overtime. And Bowling Green takes the much-needed extra point. What a wrist shot.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Back here at Stellar Field on WBGU 88.1 FM. Still on the mound there for the Flyers is going to be Aiden Tran. We can close the book on Will Newell. He goes 1 2/3 innings pitched, gives up 3 hits and 3 runs, all of which are earned to his name. He walks 4 batters while striking out 2. Across a team-high 41 pitches. Aiden Tran, the left-hander for Dayton. He recorded the final out of the inning for the Flyers last inning. Got TJ Tackett's to ground out to first. So it'll be a 2-3-4 for Bowling Green, due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Garrett Wright, DJ Newman, Sam Seidel. First pitch to Garrett Wright, off speed, misses up high. Bowling Green leading Dayton 8-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Owen Poole will come in to pitch next inning for Bowling Green. So Luke Krause does his job. Allows just 1 run. Bowling Green still ahead. Down low for a ball. And Tran has started behind to the count. 2 Garrett Wright, 3-0. It's always interesting to see how these relievers pitch after sitting on the bench. It is tough to come in the game with adrenaline, throw an inning, and then sit down, lose that adrenaline with an energy dump, and then come back out and try to pitch the same way.
And not even an inning, a third of an inning right there.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk to Garrett Wright now to start the bottom of the 5th. Is that now, 9, 10 walks for Dayton here today?
That is going to be 10, yes.
10 walks for Dayton. Or no,
That's
9 walks.
Oh, come on.
You led me
Tyler.
astray there, Chaz.
You said the number.
I said 9 or 10. I didn't know which one. You have the stats in front of you. 9 walks for Dayton here today.
Beautiful piece of technology called a laptop. They invented it a couple years ago, I want to say.
Off-speed pitch right down the middle to DJ Newman. Newman doubled his last time up. Before that, he had flown out to right field and popped out to first base. On deck is Sam Seidel. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch to Newman. Tries to go off speed once again, but misses high and outside.
Newman coming off of the John Olrud two-way Player of the Week award.
A pretty cool honor for DJ Newman.
And, I mean, the names he went up with, I mean, you've got just the schools. You have San Diego, Michigan, Rice. Absolutely wild.
Pretty cool. He was by I believe it was 2 or 3 outlets, a preseason first-team All-American. Another one named him a preseason second-team All-American as a two-way player. It's a 2-1 count, and we're going to have a rare mid-at-bat mound visit. There is a right-hander up in the Dayton bullpen.
Yeah, Tyler, to answer that question, he was a preseason first-team All-American by D1 Baseball, second team by Perfect Game USA.
Yeah. I want to say he picked up one more first team there along the way. I can't remember off the top of my head of who that was that named it to him. But either way, tremendous job by DJ Newman last season, getting him those honors going into this season. And he hasn't disappointed. One of the top batting averages in the Mid-American Conference this year. Well over 440 on his batting average marks. Coming into this game, actually, his batting average, 448 to be exact. 26 hits and 58 at-bats coming into today.
And he missed some time as well, too.
He did.
He missed 3 straight games.
This is his 16th game of the season. Back underway, 2-1 pitch to Newman in the dirt. Wright didn't have a great read on it, so he'll stay at first. Garrett Wright does have a little speed there on the base pass. Had a steal earlier in the game on a double steal. He's up to 4 stolen bases on 4 attempts this season. 3-1 count on DJ Newman. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch, high and outside, back-to-back walks to begin the inning. Here by Tran, sets up a lefty-lefty matchup with Sam Seidel, the Falcons' cleanup hitter.
Tyler, you know what that means? We're back to 10 walks. We weren't wrong. We were just early. Now the Falcons have accumulated 10 walks through 5 innings.
Great job by plate discipline and patience for Bowling Green, and they've been helped out by some errant location on pitches by all 4 of these Dayton pitchers here today. This one doesn't miss by much. It'll go as a ball against Sam Seidel to begin the at-bat. Seidel coming into the game, batting .272. The 1-0 delivery shows bunt. Gets it down but foul. So the count will be 1-1. Seidel this season has been a higher on-base guy as he has been his whole career. Just a .272 batting average, but a .344 on-base percentage. He's shown a bit of pop, too, with a .444 slugging percentage. 3 home runs, which is tied for third most on this Falcons team.
We're going to get another mound visit here.
And that's going to mean a pitching change. A mid-at-bat pitching change coming here for Dayton. So on the 2-0 count, Sam Seidel will have to face a different pitcher to finish it out. And we will take a break, tell you more about the new Dayton pitcher when we come back. Bowling Green leading the Flyers 8-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. They have 2 base runners on with nobody out. Sam Seidel at the plate when we come back. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On February 21st, 2025, BGSU men's basketball upset Toledo at Savage Arena for the first time since 2021, defeating the Rockets 69-68. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the game-winning moment on Falcon Radio.
Johnson inbounds to Campbell. They do not foul. Bowling Green marches into Savage Arena, exacts revenge on the Toledo Rockets, and gets a much-needed conference victory over their arch-rivals, defeating Toledo 69-68. What an improbable win for the Bowling Green Falcons.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
New pitcher on the mound for Dayton.
That's going to be number 45, Ben Dean.
It will be indeed, so that'll mark the end of the day for Aiden Tran. His line's still not final, has 2 runners out there that he's responsible for. A rare mid-at-bat switch. Sam Seidel is at the plate with a 2-0 count. He'll have to face now a right-hander to finish out this at-bat. Already the 5th pitcher of the game in Ben Dean for the Dayton Flyers. As we are here in the bottom of the 5th. They're going through their pitchers like candy right now. Ben Dean, this will be his 8th appearance of the season. He's 0-2 on the year with a 9 ERA. He does have 2 saves to his name, so he's pitched in a few high-leverage situations. 9 innings pitched for Dean. He's given up 13 hits, 10 runs, 9 of which are earned. He's struck out 7 and walked 5, so the first pitcher in a while for Dane that has had a positive strikeout-to-walk ratio. Giving up 4 extra base hits in the form of 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Opponents hitting .351 against him. He also has had control issues, though, this year. 5 wild pitches and 2 balks, along with a hit by pitch. The 5 wild pitches are the most on this Dayton Flyers team.
And we mentioned it at the top of the pregame. Dayton does struggle with pitching. They do. They're right towards the middle of it. This will probably drop their ERA even more. And the Falcons, they've just done a good job of waiting by the plate, eyeing the ball, not being too hasty with their swings. We've seen a couple.
Dean's first pitch in there for a strike to Seidel, count 2-1.
We've seen a couple tough swings here and there, but as a whole, the Falcons doing a great job. And the scoreboard honestly doesn't show how well of a job they've been doing. As you mentioned, Tyler, earlier, was it 6?
This one in the dirt for a ball, 3-1.
6 left on base?
For Bowling Green?
Yeah, for Bowling Green.
8 left on base now.
Oh, wow.
They left 2 on base in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. They also have 8 runs in the day, leading the Flyers 8-5. Pickoff attempt here over at second.
So many kids think it's going to be a block if they don't. It isn't. Yeah. You go to second.
Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first is DJ New, and on second it's Garrett Wright. Sam Seidel with a 3-1 count at the plate. The pitch here, this one drilled to right field. It's going to settle up in front of Heberly. And that's going to be a single for Sam Seidel. They'll load the bases with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that's what the Falcons needed. Bases loaded, no outs, new pitcher up, and you rock them early. That is something that is a great opportunity for the Falcons right now. You get in the pitcher's head, you get in Dean's head early, and now you've got Parker, who's not the biggest power guy, but he can hit a home run.
Caden Parker at the plate, as you mentioned, this one, first pitch off speed in the dirt for a ball. Caden Parker here today has been hit by a pitch. He's walked. He's stolen a base and scored once. He has also grounded out to second. The 1-0 pitch to Parker from the stretch by Dean. This one lofted to right field. It's going to be just foul by a few feet.
So, Tyler, what's your order at Denny's? We have a grand slam opportunity right here.
1-1 count on Caden Parker. I've actually never been to Denny's.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I normally get? The grand slam.
Could imagine. The 1-1 pitch to Caden Parker. This one in the dirt once again. So 2 all-speed pitches in the dirt in this at-bat to Caden Parker. Parker, a patient batter. Yesterday, Caden Parker went 1 for 2, scored twice, drove in 2 runs. He walked 3 times in yesterday's win, the comeback win over Purdue Fort Wayne.
Parker already today has been hit by a pitch, walked, and then he grounded out.
Big swing and a miss there. Brings the count even to 2-2. Dean on the mound for Purdue Fort Wayne. The right-hander comes set. His 2-2 delivery with the bases loaded. Caden Parker dribbles it up the middle. Fielded by Dean. He's going to go home for the force out. He looked at first, didn't throw it. Looked at second, didn't throw it. Then turned around again and went home for the force out. Out at the plate, it's going to be Garrett Wright. It's going to be a 1-2 put out for the first out of the inning. Fielder's choice. Advances Caden Parker. to first base. Sam Seidel moves to second, and DJ Newman moves to third. Ben Dean, just the freshman right-hander, 6'3", 218, from Swansea, New Hampshire. As Gavin Gannon looks at a first pitch strike. Gannon here today has struck out twice, one swinging, one looking. He's also walked. Has the bases loaded here with one out. The 0-1 pitch by Dean. Looked at in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. Chance for Bowling Green to really extend the lead here. Dayton has closed in, scoring 3 runs in the past 2 innings to take the game from 8-2 to 8-5. The 1-1 pitch by Ben Dean. Gannon looks at it. It's in the dirt past McDougal, and that's going to score. DJ Newman on the wild pitch. Sam Seidel will advance to third, and Caden Parker will move to second. Now a 9-5 lead for the Falcons. It's a 2-1 count on Gannon at the plate. Runners on second and third for him now. Big swing and a miss by Gavin Gannon. He wanted all of that as the count goes even.
Gannon, 3 home runs on the season so far. Kind of the stereotypical big play guy. He's got 17 hits, usually in big moments.
A streaky hitter at the plate is Gannon. As he looks at that one down and outside for a ball. When he is on, he is on. When he's not on, he can tend to go into some slumps at the plate.
Full count.
Wearing the orange ninja headband as always. Gavin Gannon awaits the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Gannon down on strikes for the 3rd time today. Down swinging for the 2nd time.
And this is really an inopportune time for the Falcons. You had the bases loaded. You do get 1 run out of it, but now you're going into a part of your lineup, and you look at the batting order. You've got coming up Sloan up to the bat, then you've got McKenzie behind him, and then Laird. And you've got a 222 batting average, 314, and 216. So not as much contact as you'd like with this situation.
As Garrett Sloan up to the plate, looks at a first pitch ball on the outside. If you're Bowling Green, you'd love a lot more than 1 run with bases loaded and nobody out. The 1-0 pitch down low for a ball, 2-0. Cooper McKenzie awaits on deck for Bowling Green if Garrett Sloan's able to get on base. Ben Dean taking his time on the mound, pitch clock down to 6. Goes into a stretch, delivers it. 2-1 after that strike right down the middle.
And I said this earlier, McKenzie is the stereotypical guy that you'd want in this situation out of those 3, but then Sloan immediately almost casters cursed me and then got a hit, so you never know.
The 2-1 pitch by Dean outside. McDougal dropped it but does not go behind him. He keeps it in front of himself. And the count stands at 3-1. We'll see how aggressive Garrett Sloan is in this count or if he's going to wait for something perfect. 2 out here. Bottom of the 5th, Bowling Green leads Dayton 9-5. Runners on second and third. The payoff pitch fouled off on the ground to the left side. We'll do it again. This time at a full count, 3-2. Runner on second for Bowling Green is Caden Parker. Runner on third is Sam Seidel. DJ Newman has already scored from third in this inning off of a wild pitch by Ben Dean. The payoff pitch by the right-hander. Swung on. Flown out to center field. Settling under is DeMartini. He's coming in, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Bowling Green loads the bases with nobody up, only scores 1 run, but they are up 9-5, heading to the top of the 6th. You're listening to BGSU Baseball from Stellar Field here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM, but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Kamlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Bowling Green leading Dayton 9-5. Falcons scored 4 in the first inning after Dayton put up 2 in the top half of the inning. Bowling Green then proceeded to score 1 in the second and 3 in the third. Dayton responded in the fourth with 2 runs. Bowling Green their first scoreless inning, and then both teams scored 1 run in the fifth inning to give us the score that we have. Dayton leading in hits 9-8. Bowling Green has committed 1 error so far in the game. It'll be a new pitcher for Bowling Green on the mound in Owen Poole. Luke Kraus, his day is done. He tosses just 15 pitches, goes 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, a run that is earned, does not walk a batter. Bowling Green pitchers have not walked a batter here today, and he strikes out 1. Owen Poole is a sophomore right-hander, 6'2", 242. From Newark, Ohio, went to Newark High School. He will face 7, 8, 9 in the order for Dayton. And Dyronson Wilders, Ty Maniful, and Aiden Heberly. Manolfi and Wilders have a hit out of those 2. Heberly has actually grounded out to second in both of his at-bats.
Poole's second on the team with saves. He's got 2 so far this season, a 1-2 win-loss record, and a 11.57 ERA in 7 appearances.
Little stoppage here. Owen Poole grabbing something. May have been a pitch comm issue. That's what it's kind of looking like. Wind still blowing pretty heavily here at Stellar Field. First pitch by Owen Poole, misses for a ball. When we started here at 3:02 p.m. today, it was 70 degrees and 22-mile-per-hour winds, pretty straight out towards center field. As this fastball also misses up high, 2-0 for Owen Poole. It is now dropped about 2 degrees to 68 degrees, and the wind has actually increased a tad bit, Chaz, up to 23 miles per hour right now.
That's up an entire mile from when the game started.
Mile per hour. This fastball also misses, not by much. Poole with 3 close misses here in this at-bat. Behind the count, though, 3-0 to Wilders. That fastball finally finds the zone. Count moves to 3-1. Owen Poole this season, 1-2 on the year, as catches the outside corner for a strike to bring the count full to 3-2. An 11.57 ERA. This is 8th appearance of the year out of the bullpen. He also has 2 saves, 7 innings pitched, giving up 12 hits and 9 runs, 11 strikeouts to 5 walks. Opponents batting .375 against him. Little stoppage here.
You could also tell Wilders there thought he got the walk.
Yeah, started going down towards first just a little bit. May have gotten something in his eye now, as he's moving off to the left side with his helmet off.
Yeah, with that wind, you never know what it's going to pick up. And
yeah, could be a contact issue, could be something went into his eye, not exactly sure. But he's back into the box. It's a full count on him. Owen Poole on the mound for Bowling Green. Poole's payoff pitch This one swung on, lofted in the left field. Coming in is Garrett Wright, but it settles in front of him into the outfield grass for a leadoff single for Dyronson Wouters. Manolfi coming up the bat for Dayton.
That's 3 straight contacts for Wouters, by the way. Sorry
it is.
about that.
Fielder's choice his first time up. Double his second time, and now a single for him. Manolfi, 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a ground out to the pitcher. First pitch there by Pulp. Catches the outside corner for strike. Pulls next pitch. Off speed. Beautiful pitch by Owen Poole. 0-2 the count now on Manolfi.
That pitch was almost C-shaped. It was such a good curve on it.
The payoff pitch by Poole tries to go the exact same pitch, just misses by a little bit, says home plate umpire Jake Botek. And the count moves to 1-2. Bowling Green leading Dayton 9-5 here in the top of the 6th. Nobody on the inning, runner on first for Dayton. Pulls 1-2 pitch, misses inside, almost hit Manolfi. Wouters did not get a good read on it. He stays put over at first, scrambled for a second before deciding to stay put. Still pretty overcast here at Stellar Field. Starting to see a little more blue in the sky. This one fouled off to the left side. They not see any rain in the forecast for today, so we should be good on that front.
That ball fouled far left side.
Crossed the 2-hour mark for today's game. As fastball right down the middle. Locks up Manolfi. He strikes out for the first time today. Give Owen Poole his first strikeout of the game. And there's one out in the inning.
The right fielder, Aiden Heberle.
That is the, by my count, 4th strikeout of the game for Bowling Green pitchers. 3 of them looking. Bunt showed here. And Heberle has to duck out of the way. That pitch was coming for his head. Looked very similar to the one that Zach Horkey got hit on yesterday against Purdue Fort Wayne, but he's able to duck out of the way and avoid it. We'll see if he shows bunt again. Pulls pitch. He does show bunt way outside. He pulls back immediately, and the count moves to 2-0. Heberle maybe just trying to move. Wouters 90 feet up into scoring position at second base with 1 out. Dayton looking to play a little small ball here in the top of the 6th. Pulls next pitch. No bunt shown. And catches the strike zone. Count moves to 2-1. Nice fastball. Nice placement there on it by Owen Poole. From the stretch, Owen Poole fastball right down the middle. Evens up the count. After starting behind in the count 2-0, he's worked it to 2-2.
And that's a great adjustment there by Owen Poole. Going down too early is very difficult to climb your way back up. And now he's evened everything up. 2 straight strikes and a chance to send Eberle home.
The payoff pitch fouled off to the right side. Owen Poole battling here for Bowling Green. Aiden Heberle at the plate for the Flyers. Wilder stands on first base with 1 out. Top of the 6th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 9-5. Pulls next pitch. Misses outside. We run the count full to 3-2. Dayton dugout getting into it. A little chirping over from that side. Full count delivery from Poole. Chopped over to the left side. Fielded by Sloan at third base. He goes to second for 1. Seidel not able to make a turn, but they do get the runner out at second on the fielder's choice.
And that was the smart play there, going to second base, limiting Wouters' And now Eberle just kind of get reset at first base, bringing up DeMartini.
Michael DeMartini, center field.
DeMartini, the speedster with 18 steals on the season, also been productive at the plate with a .442 batting average this season, a .529 on-base percentage, and an .802 slugging percentage. Steps into the batter's box for Dayton. Looks at a first pitch ball on the off-speed in the dirt. DeMartini this season has 3 doubles, 5 triples, and 6 home runs. He's driven in 24 runs. A great season so far by Michael DeMartini. Runners off at first. The throw down by McKenzie. Not in time. Give Eberle the stolen base, and he moves up 90 feet into scoring position with 2 outs for the Flyers.
And that throw was just a bit lofted. Not much you can really do about that when you've got to make the throw to second, which is the hardest throw in the sport.
Eberle now 13 for 16 on stolen bases here this season. The 2-0 pitch by Poole. Check swing at the plate. Don't even need an appeal on that one. Botek says he went around behind home plate. Count goes 2-1. Wind really picking up here at Stellar Field now as the clouds continue to roll in. Poole's pitch. Fouled off behind the plate. Go even once again to 2-2. 2 out here, top of the 6th. Bowling Green leads Dayton 9-5. The Flyers have out-hit the Falcons 10-8. Runner on second for Dayton stands in the form of Aiden Eberle. Just stole his 13th base of the season. Owen Poole on the mound for Bowling Green, pitching to Michael DeMartini, batting over .440 this season. Pole's payoff pitch up high and inside for a ball. Count goes full to 3-2.
And their Poole did a good job building right back into that count, going down 2-0 early. Filled it up again, and now we are back at a full count, seeing if Owen Poole can close out here, send it to the bottom of the 6th.
Poole from the stretch. Leg kick delivery. Pitch. Check swing. They're going to say he did not go. And DeMartini's going to get a free trip down to first base. Runners on first and second with 2 outs here for Aiden Zorn. And that, I believe, by my count, is the first walk of the game for Bowling Green pitchers. They lasted 5 2/3 innings without a walk. Finally give one up here.
You're right about that one, Tyler.
Zorn fouls it back towards us into the netting. You said that like you were surprised.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised that you knew that. I was more so surprised that with how many walks we've had today, I was surprised that the Falcons have not yet sent somebody the free 90
Double-digit
feet.
walks for Dayton. Off-speed pitch. Barely misses for Owen Poole. I think Poole wanted that one as the wind really picking up here. Definitely feels like it's spring here at Stellar Field right now. Big swing and a miss at the plate by Zorn. Count moves to 1-2. Poole looking to get out of the inning without allowing any damage.
Similar situation here as well. Poole up 1 in the count. Great opportunity.
The 1-2 pitch for Owen Poole. Swing and a miss at the plate by Aiden Zorn. Owen Poole gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Does not allow a run with a first and second base situation. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bowling Green still leading Dayton 9-5. You are listening to BGSU Baseball on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, my name is Taya Ellis, and I play on the Women's Bowling Green basketball team. And these are my Falcon 4 favorite meals to cook. One is this Jamaican meal called oxtail rice and peas. That's one of my favorites because my mom and dad used to cook it growing up, so it just continued on. Another one is tacos because it's just easy, something easy and quick to make. My third one, I would have to go with steak and mashed potatoes because who doesn't love steak and mashed potatoes? My last one, I'd say Alfredo because I love some pasta.
name is Jamal Johnson, number 6, running back and the senior, and here are my Falcon 4 favorite candies. First, we have Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Pieces, and Hershey Kisses. And these are my favorite because when you're at Halloween and you dump out that bag, these are the best Halloween candies to pull out. So those are my favorites.
Back here at Stellar Field, 9-5, Bowling Green leads. As we head to the bottom of the 6th for the Falcons, going to be Coop McKenzie, Alex Laird, 8-9 hitters for Bowling Green before we hit the top of the order with TJ Tackett. Coop McKenzie on the day is 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base. He has walked twice and come around to score once.
New pitcher now for Dayton as well. It's going to be number 25, Michael Dudolski.
As this one hit towards center field, going back as DeMartini makes a jumping catch towards the warning track to retire Coop McKenzie. Great catch out there by DeMartini for the first out of the inning. Michael Dudolski here this season. This is his 7th appearance, 6 of them out of the bullpen, 623 earned run average, a 1-0 record. He does have a save to his name. Pitch here up high to Alex Laird for a ball to start the at-bat. 8 2/3 innings pitch for Dudolski. 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run allowed. Opponents batting .355 off of Dudolski. This one also misses down low for a ball. 2-1. Dudolski, a freshman right-hander, 6 foot 195. An interesting case for a pitcher. He bats left-handed but throws right-handed. From White House, Texas, attended White House High School.
Semi-local guy. White House, not that far.
2-2 pitch. Chopped down the left side. White House, Texas.
Oh, well, there we go. I thought you were talking White House, Ohio. I was like, that's about 40 minutes from here.
2-2 count on Alex Laird. Misses up high. Laird works the count full to 3-2. 1 out here. Bottom of the 6th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 9-5. The payoff pitch. Got him on the outside corner. Alex Laird flipped his bat towards the dugout and was ready to run 90 feet. But instead, he is down on strikes for the 3rd time today. First time he's been called out looking. And that's back-to-back outs into the game for Dudolski.
If Dayton wants a chance at a comeback, this is the perfect opportunity, as they have started the bottom of the 6th with 2 back-to-back outs. Now you've got Tackett leading up, who just grounded in his first.
To the top of the order with TJ Tackett. Ground ball down the right side, gets past Sting. He hit his glove there, just couldn't field it. And Tackett is going to go all the way to second for a double. We'll see if that is rolled a double or if it is rolled an error. Never made contact with the glove there of Sting. And it's going to be a double down the right field line for TJ Tackett. His 2nd extra base hit of the game for Tackett. That's going to be his 3rd double of the season. As Garrett looks at a first pitch strike, fouls this one off to the left side. We can close the line now on Dean. He goes 1 inning pitched, gives up 1 hit, and strikes out 1 batter. Dudolski comes set, delivers home. Bat head just thrown at it. Grounds it over to first base side. Sting gets in front of this one and fields it. Steps on the bag to end the inning. Bowling Green scoreless for the 2nd inning here today. We head to the top of the 7th Bowling Green leads Dayton 9-5 here at Stellar Field. You're listening to Bowling Green State University Baseball on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Don't miss the morning show on WBGU FM every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. Join the morning show team weekday mornings to hear about local news, local weather reports, community programming, financial market reports, coaches show with coaches from BGSU and BGHS, and live news maker interviews. Listen live every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. locally on 88.1 FM or streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Top of the seventh here between Bowling Green and Dayton at Stellar Field. The Falcons leading 9-5 after 6 innings of action. Been a fun one so far, Chas.
It's been a very fun one. It looked like Bowling Green was going to run away with the game, similarly to last game against Dayton when they shot out to a 4-2 lead, stretched it to 8-2. But since then, Dayton has been in control. Score right now 9-5 going into the top of the seventh. Pitching started really well for Bowling Green. He got 4 very good innings out of Jacob Turner, allowed 7 hits for 4 runs, and he faced 19 batters with 2 strikeouts, didn't allow a walk. Luke Krause only had 1 inning of action, tossed 15 pitches, had 2 hits and a run, and had 1 strikeout. And then Owen Poole let up the first walk of the day with 2 strikeouts and 1 hit, has yet to let up a run as he heads into his second inning of action.
Like you said, Owen Poole still out there in the mound, the right-hander for Bowling Green. Time called at the plate. He'll be pitching to 3-4-5 in the lineup for Dayton. Ryan Lujo, Mason Doby, and Ryan McDougall. First pitch in there for a strike with the fastball. Lujo today led off his day with a 2-run home run in the top of the first. He has since grounded out to third and doubled his last time up. Flies this one out to center field fairly deep. Tack gets under it, settles under it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
And just like that, 2 pitches in, already an out. That's what you want to see. A bit deeper than I think you would have expected if you're Bowling Green. A little bit of a fear factor there, but great fielding by Tackett to knock that ball down.
Just the second flyout of the game. The TJ Tackett's out there. Mason Doby steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch, fastball misses just inside. McKenzie wasn't able to catch it, not able to get a frame job on it. Doby has grounded out to second, grounded out to the pitcher, and struck out looking. This one, hard hit to the right side, fielded by Seidel. Another beautiful play in the field by Sam Seidel. Snags a hit away from Mason Doby, throws it over to Ganon for the second out of the inning. Sam Seidel has been brilliant in the field today for Bowling Green.
Oh, my goodness, Sam Seidel. He made the game-winning play yesterday above home plate, hit that single, poked it in, got the win, and now, what you mentioned, 3 athletic saves right there for clutch outs each time.
Ryan McDougall up to the plate, looks off a first pitch ball. McDougall today is 0 for 3. He has struck out looking, grounded out to short, and flown out to left field. McDougall fouls this one behind, into the netting, in front of the stands. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs here, top of the 7th. Bowling Green leads Dayton 9-5. Base pass clear for the Flyers. Owen Poole on the mound is 1-1 delivery. Fouled off to the left side. That's going to push out of play. By just a few feet over that fencing down the left side of the field in foul territory. Each bullpen's here lining on that foul territory on the third base and first base side at Stellar Field. 1-2 count with 2 outs here, top of the 7th. Owen Poole from the windup, his delivery to McDougal bounces this in front of the plate. Count goes even to 2-2.
Hoodies have been applied by the Falcons here in the dugout.
Pulls 2-2 pitch down and inside for a ball. Count goes even to 3-2. Owen Poole working from the windup. The kick, the delivery, the pitch, off speed, just missed outside. Owen Poole won it, didn't get the call from home plate umpire Jake Botek, and it's a 2-out walk to Ryan McDougal. Just the second walk allowed for Bowling Green pitchers here today.
McDougal's first time on the base pass today as he struck out, ground out, and then flied out, accumulating just 1 RBI in that process.
Bobby staying up to the plate. 2 singles on the day, along with a ground out to short. Sun being shut out a little bit here on the field, darkening just a little bit as the overcast continues to settle in Bowling Green, Ohio. First pitch ball to start the at-bat was Stang. Pulls next pitch. This one swung on, flown up, just outside the outfield to the left side. Chasing after it and making the catch as his hat flies off is Alex Laird, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 7th inning stretch, and then the bottom of the 7th, actually, with Bowling Green still leading by 4 runs, 9-5. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
My name is Malcolm Johnson Jr., senior wide receiver, and my Falcon 4 favorite NFL teams are the Ravens, because it's in my hometown, the Texans, because Stephon Diggs, and he's from Maryland, the New York Giants, because, well, I love their colors, and the Commanders, because my favorite NFL player is Sean Taylor. Go Falcons.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
9-5, Bowling Green leading Dayton as we head to the bottom of the 7th here at Stellar Field. Due up for the Falcons is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Bowling Green. DJ Newman, the designated hitter, Sam Seidel, the second baseman, and Caden Parker, the right fielder. Tyler Kamlitz alongside Chaz McNeil with you here for this one from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Also have some other coverage of the game going on. Carter Leonard doing the live tweeting on the BG_FMSN Twitter X account, whatever you want to call it, Bird app, whatever people are calling it these days. Noah Seeley will have a recap out after the game on BGFalconMedia.com. And Nick Windholtz will have a highlight video out on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel shortly after the game ends sometime tonight. DJ Newman leading things off here for Bowling Green. Dudolski still out there in the mound for the Flyers. First pitch to Newman, swung on, fouled off to the right side. We'll see if that stays in play. It does in foul territory, but nobody able to get it. Staying in, that was Heberle chasing after it. That was a long run for Staying from first base. Basically ran out even with the catcher's side of the bullpens in the very back corner of that foul territory. But none of them were able to get really close to it to make the catch. The 0-1 pitch to Newman. Check swing at the plate. Did he go? Appeal down to James Malek at first base. Says he did not. So the count goes to 1-1. Newman chops this on the ground to the left side. And it's going to be misfielded by Welders. By the time he gets the throw off to first, DJ Newman safely there.
Wouters had that ball in his chest, bobbled up in his mitt, and then it just ended up hitting the floor.
And it's going to be an error on Wouters over at third. So Newman not credited a hit on the play. I think that's the right decision right there.
The second baseman, Sam.
I totally agree with you there, Tyler. I mean, if Wouters correctly fields that ball, that is an out by a mile.
A little bit of a stoppage here. First pitch here. The Sam Seidel lofted over to the left side. Chasing after it is Zorn. He's not getting anywhere close to it. Falls just about the bullpen area in foul territory over on the Bowling Green side down that third base line.
So far today, Sam Seidel, he's got a hit single with an RBI, 2 walks, and another single.
The 0-1 pitch here. Seidel dribbles it up the middle, and they had the shift on. Wouters coming all the way from the right side of second base, not able to get it in time. That was hit just to the left side of second base. And TJ Newman's going to go from first to third. Bowling Green will have runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. Caden Parker coming up to the plate.
Caden Parker so far.
Nice job of hitting there by Sam Seidel, though.
Oh, yeah.
Doing just exactly what he needed to, taking the pitch right back where it came from.
We've got to give him his flowers because, I mean, Sam Seidel has been great for the past stretch of about this month. I mean, he was one of the heroes in the Dayton game last time they played.
Yeah. That's about the time he really started heating up.
Actually, let me find that really quickly here.
Caden Parker, first pitch to him, a strike. Looks at this off speed, down to the dirt for a ball. Count now 1-1. Starting to brighten up a little bit here at Stellar Field.
Yeah, Sam Seidel in that Dayton game a couple weeks ago, he had 2 hits for 2 runs with 5 RBIs and 2 walks.
Off speed almost hits Parker this time. Goes up and in for a ball, 2-1. Yeah, I mean, that's really around the time Sam Seidel started to really heat up, and he's kind of looked like the version of himself last year with just a little more power this season.
That's what I was
just about to say. It's been a nice addition to see.
Power.
Balked up a little bit in the offseason. He still is a high-contact, high-on-base guy. Maybe not as much as he was last season, but he's added the power, which I think is a trade-off that they'll take.
And you've kind of replaced that role with a Garrett Wright, who seemingly is always on first base.
3-1 count. This one lofted into the right center field, fairly deep by Parker. Going to be a sliding catch made out there in center field by DeMartini. Beautiful play by him. But DJ Newman will tag up from third to score, and it's going to be a 10-5 game, 10-5 lead for Bowling Green.
And we were talking about this off air, Tyler. Falcons do have the opportunity to close out this game if they can manage 5 more runs.
Yeah, if they can get a 10-run lead at any point in the rest of this game, they will win because the 7-inning run rule is in effect. First pitch strike, then a throw down to first, but Sam Seidel in time. Gavagan up to the plate. Bowling Green has scored double-digit runs here today. They are 6-0 this season when scoring at least 10 runs. A good trend for the Falcons. They're going to look to continue that here today. Is this one a ball? Count goes to 1-1. Dudolski is still out there in the mound for Dayton. Another pickoff attempt to first. Count sits at 1-1. Pitch inside to Ganuns, a ball. Count moves to 2-1. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 10-5. 2-1 count on Gavigan on Dudolski on the mound working from the stretch. The right-hander delivers to the plate, outside for a ball. Count moves to 3-1. Both teams even here today with 10 hits. Tyler Kavelitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network on hand here with you for this one.
Here he is.
Another pickoff attempt over to first. They're really keeping Sam Seidel close there. Seidel today has a stolen base and a double steal in the first inning. He's 3 for 4 on stolen bases this season. And Dudolski steps off the mound here before he can deliver another pitch. Dudolski taking his time on the mound, pitch clock below 10.
This is a big pitch here.
Working from the stretch, the 3-1 delivery. Just a bit high for ball 4, so Gavigan draws his second walk of the game. And Bowling Green has runners on first and second with 1 out.
Next up is Sloan. This is usually, we've mentioned it a couple times, this is usually where the Falcons get caught up a little bit towards the bottom portion of their lineup. Still very strong hitters.
Garrett Sloan steps up to the plate. 1 hit on the day for Sloan. He's 1 for 3, and he lines this one on the ground to the left side. They're going to send Sam Seidel around third. The throw-in from left field, and Zorn is cut off by Dudolski. And Sam Seidel scores from second on the RBI single by Garrett Sloan. Bowling Green up 11-5.
11-5. Falcons need 4 to close. Runners on second and first, and up to bat is going to be Cooper McKenzie. He's got a single, 2 walks, and a fly out in his 4 at-bats. Or his 2 at-bats, excuse me.
4 plate appearances.
Yeah, exactly.
1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Falcons have scored 2 runs in this inning as it's a first pitch strike to Cooper McKenzie by Dudolski. 1 out in the inning, runners on first and second for McKenzie. Falcons up 11-5. McKenzie dribbles this on the ground to the left side, fielded by Doby at third. He steps in the bag for the force out. Throw to first to Stang. He was off the bag, and McKenzie's going to be safe.
So you're trading a runner on third for a runner on first. Not the most ideal thing in the world, plus an out. But a double play narrowly avoided there, just by quite literally a foot.
So Gannon is out at third for the second out of the inning. It's going to be a fielder's choice for McKenzie, and Sloan advances to second. Alex Laird steps into the box. Big swing on the fastball and a miss for the first strike of the at-bat.
Laird has 3 strikeouts and 1 single off a bunt. So he's got nothing off a full swing so far today.
The 0-1 pitch misses outside for a ball. The 1-1 pitch gets it on the inside corner for the strike. Count moves to 1-2. Two outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Bowling Green leads Dayton 11-5. Group McKenzie stands on first. Garrett Sloan at second. And Alex Laird swings and misses at the high heat to end the inning. Laird down on strikes for the 4th time here today. Just 1 for 5 in the game. Tough outing for Alex Laird. We go to the top of the 8th. Bowling Green leading by 6. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Ready for our little forest adventure?
Yes! So much waiting for me. Yeah, I wanna go outside. I wanna be.
We're here.
Whoa, that was fast.
There's a forest closer than you think. Find a park or forest near you and music inspired by nature. DiscoverTheForest.org. Brought to you by USDA Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellarfield, Tyler Cavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network here with you for this one. Bowling Green leading Dayton 11-5. After 7 innings complete, we head to the top of the 8th. Owen Pohl still on the mound for Bowling Green. Falcons offense has generated 11 runs today. By my count, they have, I think it's 12 runners left on base, if I'm doing math correctly. Or 13. It's 13 runners. I couldn't count for some reason. Turning into Ben Korak, guy who can't do math on air.
Wow.
Hey, he's admitted it.
Wow.
He's admitted it.
Okay.
Hockey Clip's not a math guy. He'll attest to that. He's not a math guy. So 13 runners left on base for Bowling Green. Not the most ideal. Owen Pohl going to be pitching to 7, 8, 9 in the lineup for Dayton. Dyronson Wouters, Ty Mainolfi, and Aiden Heberly. First pitch strike to Wouters. This one fouled off to the right side. Count goes to 0-2. Pohl's done a good job of getting ahead of these Dayton hitters since he's come into the game. Just a walk allowed for Pohl.
Pohl actually has 2 walks.
Oh, my bad there. Yeah, he has the only 2 walks. That is correct for Bowling Green. But, I mean, overall, considering this one hit deep left field, going back is Zorn. Going back for it is Wright. And that ball is going to one hop to the fence. And Wright will get it in, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Dyronson Wouters. First loud contact deep to the outfield wall for Dayton in a little bit here. And they'll start off with a runner on second, nobody out here in the top of the 8th as they attempt a 6-run comeback.
And that was Wouters' second double of the day. He's got the fielder's choice to open up.
Foul ball here by Mainolfi to begin his at-bat.
And then 3 straight hits. His bat has been on fire today.
Pohl taking his time from the stretch. The 0-1 delivery by Owen Pohl in there on the fastball for a strike.
You mentioned it, Tyler. 0-2 count again for Owen Pohl. Good situation for the Falcon pitcher.
This is outside for a ball. 1-2. Nobody out. Top of the 8th. Dayton trails Bowling Green 11-5. Falcons undefeated this season when they score at least double-digit runs. And their Pohl rings up. Mainolfi locked them up with the off-speed pitch. Second time Mainolfi has struck out looking here today, and that is the first out of the inning for Bowling Green as they get to the 9-hole hitter, Heberly. Aiden Heberly has grounded out to second twice today and hit into a fielder's choice. He has also stolen a base. First pitch to Heberly up high at the lettering for a ball. Dayton has not scored a run in the past 2 innings. Both teams tied at 11 hits here today. Owen Pohl from the stretch. This one chopped to the left side, but foul. Count moves to 1-1.
Pohl taking his time on this one.
He's really slowed down his pace here in this inning, taking his time, being deliberate with the pitches. The 1-1 delivery off the inside of the bat, jammed him. And it's lined over to Gannon at first base. Barely has to move before he catches it for the second out of the inning.
Now you bring up one of the most dangerous batters on this team, DeMartini, and the Falcons have done a good job in 4
they've really kept him under control. He's just 1 for 3. He has a single. He's grounded out too short, flown out to center field, and walked his last time up. Beautiful off-speed pitch to begin the at-bat for a strike by Owen Poole.
Tyler, I don't know if you'll believe it, but that Eberle lineout was the first lineout of the day for either team.
Yeah, it's been a lot of groundouts and flyouts on either side here today. As this one popped over to the right side, Gannon settling under in foul territory, makes the catch. Owen Poole works another solid inning. Runner gets in scoring position to begin the frame, but Owen Poole works out of it with 3 straight outs. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 11-5 here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
She was 27 years old. She got in her car and took the gun that my grandfather had given her for self-defense. She never got to see her son grow up to be anything. Because she had easy access to a gun, I've been robbed of that relationship.
65 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Couple substitutions here for Dayton.
For Dayton.
Yeah, go over the changes, Chaz.
Yeah, so starting off on the mound, it's going to be Escobar on the mound. I believe he's going to be the 7th pitcher in this game. Hector Escobar, the freshman right-handed pitcher.
He will be the 7th pitcher.
And then, so he's going to step in. And then we've got a little bit of a switch. Dobie is going to move from third base, take over for Stang at first, and then they're going to bring in a completely new name at third.
Alejandro Sardinas is going to come into the game, it appears, for Stang.
Yes.
So he will assume the 6th spot in the batting order.
And Tyler, does the name Louis Sardinas ring a bell to you?
A little bit, a little bit.
His brother, Louis, played for the Texas Rangers, Brewers, Mariners, Padres, and Orioles.
Oh, MLB journeyman there. So yeah, as the fielding is now, it's Dobie's over at first, and Sardinas is over at third. That's the only defensive positioning changes that we have. Tackett's leading things off here for Bowling Green. Hard hit to second base. Middle feet fields it, throws it over to Dobie at first for the out. On the mound for Dayton, it is Escobar. As you were saying, Hector Escobar, a freshman right-hander, 6 foot 165 from Miami, Florida. Went to Miami Christian High School. As his first pitch to Garrett Wright just misses on that outside corner. He'll start behind the count 1-0. Escobar, his 5th appearance out of the bullpen, a 5.79 ERA, 4 2/3 innings pitched. He has 3 hits, 3 runs given up, 2 strikeouts, and 4 walks. He's given up 2 doubles. Opponents batting .200 against him this season.
And the thing that I think is really interesting about the Flyers right now is that
as Wright swings, pops it up into right field, shallow right field. Coming in for it and making the catch is Heberly for the second out of the inning.
They've really limited Bowling Green. Yes, it's 11 runs, but as a whole, the pitching has stepped up in a way where they've left so many on base. They've forced big hits. They've fielded well. I believe they only have 1 error. This team for Dayton is weathering the storm. They're only 4 outs away from ending their game early, and they're still hanging in it.
One out count here. The beginning of the at-bat to DJ Newman. You look at Garrett Wright's stat line. He does not have a hit today. He's been hit by a pitch and walked and grounded out or flown out all 4 other times. As, here we go, as DJ Newman beats out a single. Newman showing off the speed a little bit. Grounded over to the left side of the infield. Very softly hit. Newman racing down that first base line to get there safely. With 2 outs, Bowling Green has a base runner.
And now Sam Seidel coming up. This is one of the guys that you want to see in this position. Has reached base in all 5 of his plate appearances up to this point. He's got 2 walks and 3 singles.
Coming around to score twice, really turning into that on-base machine that we know of as Sam Seidel from last year. Part of that 2024 MAC regular season championship team. First pitch to Seidel, down and low outside for a ball. Seidel's been so disciplined in these 2 midweek games at the plate. 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green leads Dayton 11-5. DJ Newman stands on first base. The 1-0 pitch, down in the dirt again, 2-0 to Sam Seidel. Bowling Green has scored in all but 2 innings here today. Scoreless in the 4th and the 6th innings. They scored 4 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the 7th. Swung on and fouled off to the left side by Seidel. Count moves to 2-1 with 2 outs in the inning. Sam Seidel looking for a 4-hit game at the plate. Escobar pitching on the mound for Dayton. Delivers to Seidel, and there's a 4-hit game for Sam Seidel. Sends it into the right center field grass in the outfield, and DJ Newman's going to go from 1st to 3rd. Falcons have runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Falcons hold the advantage in the game, 11-5. You mentioned it, Tyler. Runners on the corners. Next up is Caden Parker, who was hit by a pitch. He was walked, ground out, fielder's choice, and fly out with an RBI. You don't really, a fly out right here really wouldn't do much for the score. The only factor would be to end the game early, but right now you're just trying to stay in it with only 1 inning left.
First hit pitch here to Caden Parker. He's swinging, fouls it off to the left side. Caden Parker, the senior outfielder, West Linn, Oregon native. Little trivia, you know another famous person to come out of West Linn, Oregon?
Who's that, Tyler?
UFC fighter Chael Sonnen.
Oh.
Went by the nickname of the Bad Guy. He's one of the more popular figures in media for MMA now.
That's cool.
Hailed from what he called the mean streets of West Linn, Oregon, went by the nickname of the American Gangster. West Linn, Oregon, a very nice place, if you are wondering. 1-1 the count on Caden Parker. Escobar taking his time on the mound. He finally delivers. Parker fouls it off to the back of the netting. Count moves to 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green leading Dayton 11-5. Falcons have runners on the corners. Sam Seidel stands on first. DJ Newman stands on third. Hector Escobar on the mound for Dayton has Caden Parker, I should say, and a 1-2 count at the plate. From the stretch, and now he's going to go and do a pickoff attempt over to first. Sam Seidel back in plenty of time, though.
Sam Seidel has been picked on a couple times today.
He's not even really getting a huge lead. The 1-2 pitch from Escobar to the plate, down low for a ball. Count goes even. Temperature has dropped a little bit here in Bowling Green, Ohio. We're down now to 66 degrees, down 4 degrees from the start of the game. The wind's down a mile per hour, down to 21 miles per hour. The 2-2 pitch by Escobar to the plate. Outside for a ball. Count goes full to 3-2. Big pitch in this game for Dayton. If they're looking to build a comeback late in the contest, Bowling Green can really blow the doors open here.
If you're Dayton, all you need is one strike to save this game.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The full count pitch by Escobar. Got him on the outside corner. Caden Parker thought it was ball 4, but Jake Botek rings him up behind the plate for the first time today. And we head to the top of the 9th. Bowling Green leading by 6 over Dayton. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. She wasn't even really sure where she was at.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We head to the top of the 9th here in Bowling Green, Ohio. The Falcons up 11-5 over Dayton, looking to sweep the season series over the Flyers and win their 10th consecutive game for the first time since 2010 and for just the 9th time in program history. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Bowling Green. The new pitcher will be Perry Miller. And it'll also mark the end of the day for Owen Poole. A very solid outing for Owen Poole. We'll get to his final line in just a second. First for Perry Miller. Miller this season, a junior right-handed pitcher, 6 foot 200 from Avon Lake, Ohio. Went to Avon High School this season. Perry Miller has 4 appearances. This will be his 5th out of the bullpen, an 8.31 ERA. He's pitched in 4 1/3 innings, given up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which are earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a double-triple home run. Hitters batting .333 against them. Before we get to Owen Poole's final line, we're going to step away real quick for station identification.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
2-3-4 due up for Dayton. Aiden Zorn, Ryan Luho, and Mason Doby. Zorn fouls that first one off. Can you go over the final line for Owen Poole, Chaz?
Yeah, I will happily do that, Tyler. Owen Poole threw 3 total innings, 54 pitches. He finished with 2 hits, no runs, obviously nothing earned, and 2 walks.
As this one driven out deep right center field by Zorn. It's going to go to the wall. It's going to be fielded there by Parker. He'll throw it in, but it'll be a stand-up leadoff double for Aiden Zorn here at the top of the 9th.
3 hits now for Zorn so far today. 2 singles and now a double.
Ryan Luho steps up to the plate, the designated hitter for the Flyers. He has a 2-run home run and a double. He's also grounded out to third and flown out to center field. But a very solid outing from Owen Poole. 3 scoreless innings. Poole worked on the mound. First pitch in there for a strike from Miller. Bowling Green looking to extend this winning streak to double digits for the first time in 15 years. Check swing at the plate. Don't need appeal. Botek says he went around behind the plate. And the count now moves to 0-2. Perry Miller, the right-hander, comes set from the stretch. Leg kick delivery. This one driven in the outfield grass, center field. Going to be fielded by Tackett. They're going to send around the runner from third. Here comes Orr, and it's cut off by Gannon. And that'll be an RBI single for Ryan Lujo, his third run batted into the game.
And just like that, Dayton shrank the lead to 5.
Lujo also just a triple away from the cycle. Has a single, a double, and a home run. Unlikely he'll get another opportunity, but you never know. 11-6 the score, Bowling Green leading. Perry Miller now pitching to Mason Doby, the third baseman, who has now moved over to first base. First pitch is a ball by Perry Miller in the dirt. Miller now comes set once again. This one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Doby. Doby today does not have a hit. He's 0 for 4. He's grounded out to second twice, grounded out to the pitcher, and struck out looking. This one low once again. 2-1 the count on Doby. Perry Miller was a relief and a little bit of a midweek starter guy for Bowling Green last year. Has not started this season. He's been exclusively out of the bullpen for the Orange and Brown. His delivery does not catch the outside corner, real close, but called a ball. 3-1 the count. On deck is Ryan McDougall, the catcher. Both these batters, Doby and McDougall, left-handed hitters. The pitch by Miller. That fastball catches the outside corner, elevated just a bit. Count now full 3-2. Dayton looking to execute a big comeback late here in the game against Bowling Green. Falcons up 11-6, top of the ninth. Nobody out, runner on first. Perry Miller comes set, his full count pitch to the plate. This one driven on the ground through the right side of the infield. They're going to hold up the runner Lujo at second. It's going to be first and second for Dayton, down by 5 with nobody out here in the top of the ninth. And Ryan McDougall coming to the plate.
3 straight hits now for Dayton. And, I mean, if you're Coach Halleck, you got to think, Perry Miller, how much more are you going to kind of sit on this, or are you going to try and put in a closer? Could we see a Connor Penrod who pitched yesterday? Could we see something to try and shut this down? You only need 3 outs to win the game. You're up 5.
Pitch misses inside for a ball. McDougall today, I'd have to say we're probably not going to see Penrod. Penrod's pitched 3 times, I think, the past 5 days. So he'll get a deserved rest. McDougall does not have a hit on the day, 0 for 3 with a walk. This one foul tipped at the plate. Count goes to 1-1. McDougall is struck out looking, grounded out to short, and flown out to left before walking his last time up. Count 1-1 for Perry Miller against Ryan McDougall. Miller's pitch elevated just a bit for a ball. 2-1. Dayton with a slight lead in hits, 14-13.
3 of those came just now in a row. Falcons led before that, 13-11.
Flyers have left 8 runners on base here today. As Miller misses once again, McKenzie going to take a second, walk a few feet out in front of home plate. Send a message to Miller, tell him to calm down before tossing the ball back to his pitcher. Miller still working at a decent pace here. 3-1 pitch. That fastball catches the zone, brings the count full to 3-2.
And that's what matters. Yes, you're down in the count, or you're up in the count, 3-1. If you are or if you're Wouters.
The full count pitch. This one grounded on the ground to second. Seidel to Laird for 1. The relay back to Gannon, not in time. So they get the force out on the fielder's choice at second as Lujo advances to third. And there's 1 out in the inning.
The third baseman, Alejandro Sardinas.
Alejandro Sardinas will get his first shot at the plate in this one, replacing Bobby Sting in the lineup. First pitch misses for a ball. Sardinas on the season. This is just his 10th game. He's batting 136 and 22 at-bats, just 3 hits this season. 1 extra base hit, a double. He's driven in 3 runs. 182 slugging percentage, 387 on base percentage. He has struck out 12 times to 6 walks. He's also been hit by a pitch 3 times this season. 1 sacrifice hit on the season as well for Alejandro Sardinas. The 1-1 pitch to him. Catches the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Perry Miller to tilt the at-bat and the count into his favor. 1 out here, top of the 9th. 11-6, Bowling Green leads Dayton, 2 runners on base. The pitch to Sardinas by Miller. Got him on the outside corner. Major strikeout there by Perry Miller.
1 to go now, Tyler, if you're Bowling Green. And now you have Wouters coming up, who is on a 3 plate appearance hitting streak.
The shortstop, Dyronson Wouters.
Dyronson Wouters, like you said, has hit in 3 straight at-bats. He hit into a fielder's choice safely his first time up. Since then, has hit a double, came around to score, hit a single, and another double. Off and running on that strike is Ryan McDougal. And McDougal, we'll see if that's rolled a stolen base or catcher's indifference. It'll be catcher's indifference. As this one drilled deep left field, Garrett Wright going back. He's going to watch that one sail into the trees. It's going to be a 3-run home run for Dyronson Wouters. He has got to hit 4 at-bats in a row. And Dayton now is within 2, 11-9. They have scored 4 runs here in the top of the 9th.
And you got to take the good with the bad there. If you're Bowling Green, it's an opportunity that's missed. Perry Miller looked like he was getting back into a groove. Getting rocked like that for 3 runs, that's not going to look good. If you're Dayton, this is exactly what you need to get back into the game. You are 2 runs away from tying everything up. I mean, that's all you got to do. Now, for the Falcons, looking on the brighter side, they can't lose the game on this at-bat. You can't lose the game on the second at-bat. You just got to keep going. You got 2 outs. All you need is 1. As we get a call in, looks like they're going to look at the pitcher here.
And we are going to have a new pitcher into the game for Bowling Green. It'll be Titus Lotz coming into the game. So we will step away for a second, come back and tell you some stuff about Titus Lotz, the new pitcher in the game for the Falcons. As Perry Miller exits after allowing 4 runs here in the top of the 9th. Bowling Green holding a 2-run advantage over the Flyers, 11-9. 2 outs here. Bowling Green 1 out away from their first 10-game winning streak in 15 years. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Titus Lotz into the game for Bowling Green, redshirt freshman left-hander, 6'1", 207, from Washington Courthouse, Ohio, attended Washington High School. This season, Lotz, this will be his 8th game, all out of the bullpen. 2 ERA exactly, 2-0 on the season with a save. This is a save situation for Titus Lotz. 9 innings pitched for Titus Lotz here this season. He's allowed 4 hits and 2 runs, both of which are earned. Struck out 8 batters and walked 10. One of the Falcons with a negative strikeout to walk ratio. He's allowed 2 extra base hits, both doubles. Opponents, though, batting just 133 against him. Control has been a bit of an issue for him. On top of those 10 walks, he has 3 wild pitches and 2 hit-by pitches so far this season. Comes into the game with the bases empty, And Bowling Green up by 2, needing just 1 out, Chaz.
And that's what I was just about to say, Tyler. That's the good news. If you're Lots, you're put into the situation, no runners on, no opportunity. Like I mentioned, pitching is all in the head game. It's all about what's in your mind. It can really throw you off if you have a bad pitch. You get beat up by a batter. It is key right now for Lots to just go quickly here, especially with the fact.
We may have, looks like, I don't know, there's a couple players taking some swings in the on-deck circle. It appears to be Martin Howell, a sophomore catcher, right-handed batter, and Alejandro Cazorla, a redshirt junior outfielder, also right-handed batter. Could have a pinch hitter here possibly with the left-handed Ty Mainolfi due up to bat. We will have a pinch hit situation here, as it'll be Alejandro Cazorla stepping up to the plate for Dayton. Cazorla is a redshirt junior outfielder, 5'11", 191, from Okotoks, Alberta. Cazorla this season, this is his 13th game. He has 37 at-bats, a 135 batting average. But you do get the righty-righty matchup here. First pitch to him, and first pitch of the game for Lots is outside for a ball. Lots looking to nail down the final out of the game for Bowling Green. Misses inside now. 2-0. Cazorla has 1 extra base hit this season, a double. 5 walks to 10 strikeouts. Lots' pitch, this one chopped foul to the left side. Cazorla just 5 hits on the season. A .267 on base percentage and a .162 slugging percentage. The 2-1 pitch with 2 outs in the top of the 9th by Titus Lots. Misses for a ball. Didn't miss by much.
That ball just cutting outside at the last second to miss the zone there.
3-1 count for Titus Lots against Alejandro Cazorla. This one flown out center field fairly deep. TJ Tackett's going back on the warning track, makes the catch, and Bowling Green, for the first time in 15 years, in just the 9th time in program history, have won 10 games in a row as they defeat the Dayton Flyers 11-9 here on this Wednesday afternoon at Stellar Field in Bowling Green, Ohio.
11 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. The loss goes to
That was a massive play there by TJ Tackett. I didn't know, Tyler, it sounded like you were closing out like to go to a break, but TJ Tackett's right there. The adjustment, it looked like that ball might have gone home. You never know. It looked like that ball might have gone yard. He snagged it last second, and for Lutz, wasn't the strikeout you were imagining. He did take you pretty deep, but at the end of the day, there's the out, and the Falcons, you mentioned it, they have made history for the first time since, well, we're both 21. What's that math? 6 years. Since the first time since both you and I were 6 years old, the Falcons have won 10 games in a row. Absolutely unreal what has happened with this program, the resurgence of it, the ability, the depth, all of that.
You're a year older than me, so to put it in perspective, I believe I was in, was I first grade then?
I was in first grade as well. So
Maybe
you
not.
had to have been in kindergarten.
I had to be in kindergarten then. Yeah, either way, this has not happened in a long time in Bowling Green. This Falcons team is something special this year, a year after winning a MAC regular season championship. They move to 15 wins on the season with their 10th consecutive victory. And we will take a quick break, come back with you to recap this one and wrap it up. Bowling Green winners over Dayton here at Stellar Field 11-9. You're listening to BGSU Baseball, an orange and brown winner right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC. Did you know that people born from 1945 to 1965 have the highest rates of hepatitis C, but most don't know they're infected? People can live for decades without symptoms, but over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage and even liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 1965, the CDC recommends that you get a blood test for hepatitis C. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
Back here at Stellar Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. And for the 10th game in a row, it's an orange and brown winner. And to put this in perspective, Chaz, as Bowling Green defeats Dayton 11-9, the Falcons went on that historic 17-game conference winning streak last season. Their longest winning streak that year was 7. This Falcons team this year, that was picked once again to finish top 4 or 5 in the Mid-American Conference, has won 10 in a row.
Absolutely unreal what is going on right now in Bowling Green. We've mentioned the depth. We've mentioned the strength of everybody, the decision-making. All of it has been top tier for Bowling Green, and a couple of names stand out to me. We've mentioned TJ Tackett's being a name that needed a little bit of a resurgence. What did he go out and do? He got hit. He got 3 hits so far today, or the game's over. So today he got 3 hits.
You're going to count some of them in the cage after.
And a walk. Another name, Sam Seidel, reached base in every single one of his plate appearances. These are faces that haven't shown up so far this year, and they are making themselves known at the exact right time, sparking this winning streak.
If you had to nail a player of the game, who are you choosing, Chaz?
I mean, personally, I would go Sam Seidel. I think making a plate appearance making it to first base every single plate appearance goes without saying. That is absolutely unreal. And, I mean, a second one, I'd got to go TJ Tackett's. He's got the 3-run RBI. Without that, with his homer, the Falcons would not have won this game. He also had a double for a hit and a single with a walk. It's either one of those two.
So next up for Bowling Green, they will get back to conference play, and they will battle Kent State Friday, Saturday, Sunday here at Stellar Field as part of a 6-game homestand. They will still finish that homestand against Youngstown State on March 25th. That is a Tuesday. So one of the two of us will be on every call for Kent State. We're still figuring out the broadcast schedule exactly for that. But that will be a fun series. Looking forward to that one, Chaz.
100%. A little bit of a revenge series, too, as the Falcons, that was their first series of MAG play last season that they didn't end up winning. That was the first one against Kent State, and they got rocked early in that one.
Also, Kyle Halleck's alumni right there. He went to Kent State, MAC Pitcher of the Year in 2011.
Not quite a homecoming for Kyle Halleck, as he will be home, but still a very big landmark if he can get a sweep against Kent State, who have been looking pretty solid so far this year.
It will be a big series indeed for Bowling Green. There's something else to look for, too. 13-game winning streak. 13-game winning streak is the longest in Bowling Green program history. They're at 10 right now, of course. So if they are able to sweep that Kent State team, that would tie the longest winning streak in Bowling Green program history, which was set in 1976. My dad was 2 years old, for reference on that one. So that would be a historic and tremendous accomplishment by this Bowling Green team. Still need another sweep for that to happen, but that is something to look forward to this weekend, and that would set up a huge game against Youngstown State here at this very ballpark next Tuesday. We'll have to wait and see how that all shakes up, but before we go off here, have a few thank yous I want to send around. First to you, Chaz, hopping on first baseball broadcast of the year. Great to have you back on air with me.
First of many. I'm excited.
And you got your first trivia question right, so
yeah, that's
better
what
be
I'm
happy about that.
About.
You'll be blown about that. So also like to send a thank you to Kaden Knapp back in the WBGU studios, back there in the Cooling Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Couldn't get it on air without you. Thank you for doing your job great, as you always do, Caden. Also, some other things to keep an eye out for content-wise with us. Noah Seeley will have a recap of the game out very shortly on bgfalconmedia.com later today. Nick Windholtz will have a highlight video out on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel, so stay tuned to all those. I'll also have a bullpen bulletin, our weekly story on the team, out on bgfalconmedia.com tomorrow, so look forward to that as well. But that'll do it for us here from Stellar Field. Bowling Green winners over Dayton 11-9. They extend their winning streak to 10 games for the first time in 15 years and 9th time in program history. For Caden Knapp, Chaz McNeil, this is Tyler Kavlich from the Falcon Media Sports Network saying have a great day and stay safe, everyone. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.